I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm too lost with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you see greatness? I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push the mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything. I attack everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? It's the word. I am your reality coach, and this is your shot of reality. But first, let me get into the chat. DD, what up, though? The realest one is in the building. What up, bro? Appreciate you, Mike. Anti-social. What up, though, sis? Yeah. I wanted to talk about this. I've been on here for about a year now. We got some of the good, the bad, and the ugly. We go review. The social media thing is way different. You know, it's different, but it has its similarities, right, to real life. And it's a different world. You know, you can use some of the same tools you use in real life, but you still got to learn this environment because a lot of things don't translate, like accountability. You know, you hear people using that term a lot on here. You know, you can't really hold nobody accountable through the internet. You know, so you have to, so you don't work yourself up. I learned through observation, just avoid certain type of individuals. You know, that's why I talk so much about the ladies that I talk. What up, though? Miss Tracy in the building. What up, Miss Tracy? Hey, Miss Tracy. I don't know. It ain't looking good for them boys. I don't know, Miss Tracy. We're gonna have to. I don't know. Pete Carroll got to do something. But yeah, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the ugly. We're gonna start with the ugly. The ugly thing on this app is the people. There's nothing wrong with the app. The app is fine. It got rules and regulations, but we push agree. So it's our fault we don't read them. But it's the people, you know. And if you ain't sound mind, body, and soul, you can get sucked up in some of this BS on here real easy. You know, you can come on here with all good intentions, but you can run into the wrong person. They will even befriend you, right? Y'all will be cool, rocking out, and you get cool because you think it's a cool person, but they got cool because they was just trying to get close enough to get something to make you content. This is what I'm saying. Like, wow, stuff like is everybody got their own purpose for coming on here, right? And that's why I did a video. You got to know what people come on here for, because if you come on here because you got a business and you want to market your business through YouTube, you want to make videos and be seen, that's fine. But you can't get real close to people who come on here for the fuck shit and look at this as just entertainment, because that's how they look at you. They can mess up what you got going on. You gotta stay focused. Keith, what up, though, brother? Appreciate you. Frankie Blanco's in the building. Top 5 alive. I debate anybody. What up, Frankie? Appreciate you. But you have to know what you coming on here for and align yourself with those people. But the ugly thing is, like I said, it's the people. You get all different. That's why we talked about personality. Because you see it. You see it. I see it in people. I can be having a normal conversation, nothing can go bad, but I will see something in that person like, hell no, I'm straight. Or you just sit back and observe people, and you start seeing patterns in people, right? Like, okay, you was cool with 4 different people, and y'all fell off for similar reasons. You're the common denominator. I seen instances like that, and I seen instances where people just take advantage of people. Sometime, and the word Kevin, what up though, bro? Appreciate you. And the word ignorant, in the context I'm using it in, it's not bad. Ignorant is lack of knowing. Just people, we all ignorant to something, and people will prey on people ignorant. I almost had mine preyed on a couple times. I'm just dead serious. Just even like me thinking like, okay, I see something coming, and I don't. I don't. Sometimes I don't. Shit slip between cracks. Shit will literally slip in between cracks. Lisa J Stocks is in the building. Man, Nightbot is working, y'all. Make sure y'all hit exclamation point word. Word Nightbot will drop y'all links. Connect with one another, because at the beginning of the year, when your brother get his monetization back, a lot of things gonna change. So definitely take advantage of that now. We still connecting, but we gonna do it with more purpose next year. 2024 is the year of the solution. Watch what I tell you. We gonna do things a little different. We gonna get more things done. We gonna get more information out. So definitely keep rocking with your boy. I got more stuff coming. I witnessed a side of people I might not have seen in real time at times. And that's the thing about this. And the only point I got on ugly, honestly, is the people. But it's so many different ways I can even talk about that, right? Because right what you said, really, like you with this YouTube thing, with social media, period, you have the opportunity to experience things you may never experience in real time with interactions with people. You have a slew of different personality. Me and Tay been on that bingo. She been going live. I've been going over there rocking out with her, and it's some weird people. I wish I would have screen recorded this one. And it's not a. I don't know. I gotta ask Anti. It's not a thing you can rewind, like when you go live on here. How you can watch the playback? I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, this dude had green screen, like a background picture of his thing, or a thing with a crown and some unless you really looked at it, and he was sitting in front of it, so you couldn't really tell what it was. But he asked Tay, like, "You think you can handle this? Is it thick enough?" She like, "What are you talking about?" And then when he moved, she was looking like, "Oh no!" Like, and she had to click him off quick. It's wild, man. This social media is wild. You will see things and experience things that on here you may never experience in real life, in real time. You may never experience none of this stuff. Only on YouTube. Oh man, why do it do this every time? Oh, let me see something. Nope. Every time I change my layout, it do this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright. Yeah, I got the link in the chat too. If anybody want to hit it, feel free. It is an open panel. I just didn't want to put that in the title because you got weird people coming through. But yeah, you go. Let's say this is metaverse logic backward. It's supposed to be mind over matter, but it's social media. It became matter over mind. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And this is the thing too. This is the thing. You have, man. When you talk about behavior, personality, it's so many things I've read. I've been told that I'm actually experiencing, or seeing it in real time. And a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie and be honest. And I always said that I'd be fascinated. Antisocial in the building. What up, sis? I forget I was supposed to. Man, it's been crazy today. Today was my kid's party, and yeah, all the family came through. I didn't even know my wife invited but all the family came through, and I don't got my basement done yet, so we was all crammed upstairs. But I got room, so But I just didn't plan for all people to be here. Plus, my nieces and nephews, so I just packed out the house. But it was a beautiful thing. Had so much fun. I'm saying my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, my wife's side of the family, uh, my little cousin. It was all it was beautiful, man. My son super excited, getting all his little toys and clothes. And my daughter's just she had that smash cake, man. She ain't never had nothing sweet like that. She was tasting it. She was looking at me. Then she just dug her hand in it and went ham. Miss 702, what it do? Appreciate you. Hey man, y'all make Miss 702 had this dope interview with her people, man. Y'all need to go watch that because a lot of the things that's about to come up on this channel, you go hear like real people. I want to talk to them because uh, you go hear story you'll hear a portion of those stories from him. Someone who's older, been through a lot, did a lot. A lot of contributions, not only to the black community, to the family. So definitely go check out that interview. That was dope. I said I watched the whole thing on replay, so I was getting. It was like it was so much information in there. I couldn't. I wanted to sit. I'm gonna listen to it again because I want to sit down and write notes because there was so many different things in there that he was talking about, as far as lineage, genealogy. We're going over all that. Like we're taking the trainer wheels off 2024. But when he's talking about lineage, genealogy, I wanted to talk to him about memory DNA. I bet you he understand that because that's a spiritual aspect too. Um, so yeah, definitely go check that out. Oh, bro, it was a full house. It was crazy. But yeah, so the ugly thing is the people. You go experience so many different things, but I'm just being real. Um, what I had because I fell into it. Just be you. Just be you at the end of the day. The people who want to be cool with you will be cool with you. But just be you. Remember. And when I said I fell into it, I almost forgot what I came on here for. Almost forgot. It's easy to get lost in the sauce. It's easy. And when I say almost forgot, it's because, you know, anytime somebody say something or attack you, just it's normal to go into a defense. So normal. But like in real life, right? In real life, when you have real responsibility, when you got um when you got something going on and you trying to build and grow it, you understand people will come and distract you. And a lot of those people, you wouldn't even give a time of day because you know they don't have no effect. But on here, it's different, but it's not. You have to you have to march accordingly. People go say stuff. That's people go say stuff. Everybody go have an opinion, and they don't hear freedom of speech, whatever you want to call it. People will always feel Miss T. What up, though? Shay Love is in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. People always got an opinion about you, um, and they feel they have the right to express it. That's fine. That's fine. I look at it two ways in real life, in real time. If someone say something about me, if it's true, then what I'm gonna be upset for. If it ain't true, then what I'm gonna be upset for. On here, people, you can um by people saying negative things about you, you can push other people away. You can mess up someone's reputation. I understand all that. I just feel like this too. And it took a while for me to get to this point and understand, like looking at it for what it is, right? Just like in real life. If I'm cool with somebody and somebody says something behind my back to these people and they just left, then we wasn't that cool in the first place. Because if somebody tells me something about somebody I like, if I feel the need to ask them, then I will. But if I know it ain't true, then oh well. Sometimes things happen, and I look at it as an opportunity to see who for me and who not. It's been I can name 4 different times where incidents happen on here, and groups of people left. Maybe because of something I did, because I had a person on the panel. Tay Eats in the building. What up, sis? Hey, I was just telling them about that dude on bingo with the. Hey man, that's the sis, man. That's the sis right there. That's my homie, man. Hey, my wife was crying earlier when a dude was not when right before you get off when that weird dude was talking all that crazy stuff. I'm like, look, listen to this. Like, look at this. But back to action. So it's been 4 times where people, where I had disagree. I don't even call it disagreement. It's just difference of opinion. And people, um, I guess they couldn't tolerate my decision or the situation, and they decided to split. And then I seen other people go. I'm like, okay. And I see other people in the chat. They don't even say what up when I speak, and I'm like, okay, damn, I ain't did nothing to you, but they wouldn't for me in the first place, so that's cool. Weed them out now. Smoke them out. This is the reality, right? This is reality. Um, you always gonna have a disagreement, argument with people you like. That's always gonna occur. You individuals, you see things different. You feel things different. Unless you just assimilate and take on someone else's thoughts and opinions, you're gonna have a disagreement. So if you cool with a person, you should be able to get to a point to agree to disagree. Sometimes you might have to create space, but ultimately, if y'all really that cool, you'll find a way to work it out. I got some real good friends who I can't stand their guts sometimes. I really can't, but I love them to death. Every time, like me and my dad, we anything, we gonna end up finding an opposing side. Sometimes I do it just to pick with him, and I know he do it to pick with me. That's just what we do. Me and my wife, we see eye to eye on a lot of things, but most things we don't. But we don't fight, we don't argue, we don't degrade one another. Nah, if I don't care, if somebody I'm really cool with, all y'all in the chat right now, if we get into it, I ain't about to come at y'all, man. Y'all cool, y'all my peeps. I just be like, if anything, I'd be like, damn, I thought we was better than that. But you ain't, you ain't. I don't know. When I see, I'm just this is just me. This is just I'm just telling you my perspective, how I came up, how I look at life. That's it. This ain't antisocial. I gotta turn that into a clip. That's my disclaimer. So I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying, if I'm cool with somebody, right, and we get into it and we fall out, and then that person just start going in on me, I know we wasn't that cool. We wasn't that cool. We was not that cool. And I be feeling like shit, hell, you was just waiting for an opportunity to say what you felt. I have ideas, I have thoughts, I have observations. That's it. But if it ain't a fact, it ain't a fact. And sometimes even facts about people, I'm not sharing that. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. That's literally when I say that's not in me, it's not in me. I don't care what everybody is. Like I hear people say stuff like, "Well, everybody this, everybody ain't like that." I don't have that in me. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. That take time away from me trying to. I got a family. Like I really have responsibility in real life, and I come on here and I try to make a positive impact. And if I can't do that, I don't come on here. There's some days where I'm like, I don't feel like talking because I feel some type of way. That's why I say space. I take some time, create some space, look at the situation, and move forward. I'm human. I'm talking. I give people tools. When I say walk away and think, I'm saying that because a lot of times when things happen, we emotionally driven and predicated upon how we feel is how we go react or respond. I used to explode. You ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do that. And then I began to understand like these people ain't even worth it. A lot of these people on this app, like I said, it ain't no shot against nobody, but they don't love their life. They ain't got nothing in their life to love, so they start coming at you sideways. They wake up with that evil spirit, ready to destroy something because they ain't shit and they ain't got shit. They ain't gonna never be shit, and they know that. So they gotta go fuck with other people. It's go, but you can't do. It's just people like that in this world. Can't do nothing about it. You can try, but it's a waste of time. Time you trying to fix some broken ass. Look, this is what I'm saying. This ain't no shot against nobody, but if you broke, you need to be fixed. And if you can't do it yourself, go get some help. And if you don't want to get some help, then just be fucking broke. That ain't my fault. I ain't about to sympathize or empathize with none of that. That's a choice that you made. Everything takes time. Everything does. I know. It took time for me to get where I'm at. Sonya, what up, sis? Liz B in the building. My sisters is in the building. I appreciate y'all. I just looked up, didn't even see it. My bad. But hold on, let me get into the chat real quick. Oh, Keith, that's my every time I go on her channel, Keith, I tell her I come to debate. That's my devil's advocate. That's my homie. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it don't even Like even when me and Tay, it don't even be a debate. It's still sharpening steel. It's for clarification. It's for understanding. It ain't because she trying to best me or I'm trying to best her. We ain't in the competition. We complement one another. We bring the best, and sometimes you need adversity to bring the best out of you, to make you go to that next level. You need something there to prevent you, some type of pushback. And if you're afraid of that, I feel bad for you because that's just what life is. Life is gonna keep pushing you, keep throwing shit at you, mud, dirt, everything to make sure you worthy. And if you can't get pushed, if you can't push through it, you gonna get rolled over. It's the good we, but as soon as something goes wrong, blame needs to be placed. It becomes me. Yeah, yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. And Keith, that's why honestly though, you need people who don't always or more often than not agree with your points. That's how knowledge is shared, but it has to be respectfully done. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you get with like-minded, like-hearted people. You know, you go get with like-minded, like-hearted. So you'll have similarities, but it's just never gonna be the same. And to me, that's fine. When you go outside, it's not the same trees, not the same plants, not the same bugs, not the same. It's the variety. It's the different aspects of life that has to offer that makes it so beautiful. People having similar concepts. All trees do the same thing. They give us oxygen. Some of them bear fruit. Some of them grow tall. Some of them have less shade. Some of them have more. But they all give us oxygen. We can all come together and build. We can do it our different ways collectively because you need that. You need versatility and variety. Because even to say if we wanted to say, hey, look, let's start a movement, right? Like we don't. We got a movement going on here. We the solution. If y'all ain't know, now you do. You will see two of my sisters. I made a call and they answered it, and I appreciate it. And that goes a long way because, like I said, I've been doing this for a year, and I've been saying the same thing consistently for a year, doing the same thing, dropping information and moving forward. Hey, but them two sisters, I appreciate them. And we all got different views and opinions. We all live our life differently and all that, but we coming together for a purpose. We got a purpose, we got a mission, we got a goal. And those differences ain't go outshine the similarities, the desires. When you get around people who desire to be successful, you get around people who desire um, to pass down generational wealth, to build something, um, you can get a lot of stuff done. You can get things done. You can make things move. But, like he said, there got to be some similarities. There got to be um, respectful. And that's what you get. The more you do, the more people who do like you will become attracted. You attract those people. You might have to go in the midst, in the midst of sheep to find other goats. That's a plug. We're doing sheep and goats. So, but you do, you know, the right one. It's like a beacon, man. You have to be a beacon. And at first, people see that bright light, so you have all types of people coming towards you. But eventually, the closer you get to it, they start feeling it. And when they feel it, the man, the myth, the legend, my brother. What up, Frankie?
Yo, salute, my brother. Salute the word. Everybody in the chat. You hear me?
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I appreciate you, bro.
Blessings, blessings. I just want to add on to what you were saying. And my man always said this line that fit perfect what you were saying is that never make a permanent decision on temporary feelings.
Mm. All facts, bro. And that's what I'm saying, man. There's been so many situations. Like I said, I know I'm here for a divine reason, bro, because I've been in situations where people did less and did time. People did less and lost their life. And what I learned was never make a move when you feel, only when you think. That's something I live by. I don't make a move when I'm
Mhm.
feeling something. Mm-mm, I stop. I stop, bro, because that feeling that you may have, maybe 5, 10, 20 minutes, you may have that feeling for a day. It may go away tomorrow. But the actions behind it, you got to pay for that for a lifetime.
Right. That I just real quick off of what you just said. Do you feel like women have more? They granted more of the gift of intuition than men are, or just men don't respond to it as normal as women would? You know.
I think I think men are taught not to use intuition. So I think most common men like in today, um, you intuition, you have to be in tune with your feelings, you know, to true because that's what you feel. That's what your intuition, you feeling something. You have to be in tune with it. And as men, we taught not to feel, suppress our feelings, suppress our emotions. So we don't really know what we be feeling. So I would agree that women are more in tune, but it's
Did they just kick them out? No way. Y'all can still hear me?
yeah, I don't know. I pushed escape by mistake. I was
I
wiping
thought
something
I
off my
thought the name
computer.
I thought the name had changed the Wi-Fi password. I got nervous.
But yeah, I think women are more in tune. Um, and then
All right.
it's different levels of emotion too.
Right.
Like
Right.
I think more of the creative emotion, the expressive emotions. I think women are more in tune, but like the more destructive emotions, I think men are more in tune. Like the more, I'm not gonna say it's really only positive and negative. So I don't want to say negative because even anger can be used for good. It's just how
Right.
it's used.
Right.
You know,
Like fight or
um,
flight. You can it can be, you
anxiety.
can.
Miyamoto, I don't know, is the ancient philosopher. He's the greatest swordsman to ever live, but he wrote about how you can use anxiety to your benefit. Um, and it was almost like a superpower to him. So
Right.
is how you perceive things, and how
Yeah.
you're able to utilize things. BDBGP, what up though, bro? Appreciate you, man. Hey, make
Another
sure you
thing,
drop your link in the chat. Here go another brother. Keith, what up though, bro?
I get his mic right. Shout it out, Keith. But I heard this great saying you was talking about earlier, and they say like you can see life as you either in the storm, just coming out of a storm, or you about to get into a storm. You know what I mean? And it's never gonna
Like,
stop. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
like check 1 2. Am I coming in good?
Hey, you got that bullhorn. That shit's on 10.
Oh,
You
for real,
good,
I had
bro?
to turn my volume down. Peace and respect the word. Peace and respect, Frankie. Peace and salute to everybody in the chat.
Peace, peace, peace.
Man, no doubt, no doubt. You know what? I wanted to make a comment about, as far as like what I was saying in the chat, because mostly that's what I do anyway. I mostly just chill in the chat. I really don't jump on panels unless I'm really comfortable with the conversation and the dialogue that's being shared. And as far as the debate goes, debates are good. You know what I mean? Like a healthy, good debate is how you build. Like steel sharpens steel. It works that way. But when you get like on YouTube, a lot of people perform, and I know this because I go to different chat rooms and I listen to what they say and the conversations that they have. And a lot of times let's just call a spade a spade. They get on and they perform, and then they cash app, send me money, send me money. So everything is pretty much like a Don King promoting type thing, and everybody's debating, going back and forth. And I'm in the chat just listening. You know what I mean? So debates are good. You know what I mean? Long as it comes from a healthy, wholesome place where you can take information and give information, and everything is done respectfully without emotions being involved. It's like my man said, you never make moves based on your feelings. You have to make it well thought out. You know, and I don't want to portray myself as just a book nerd or something, but even the book The Art of War by Sun Tzu, that's a perfect
Mm-hmm.
example of how you use your mind. You're going into battle without even having physical contact. You're just preparing your mind, sharpen your mind up to go at your opponent. Whether it's from a friendly perspective of a sparring match or a straight out duel. You know what I mean? So I like debates. I just don't like it when I'm not getting nothing from it but ego and boosting and clout chasing, if you will, and putting on a performance like a circus act. You know what I mean?
And see that, and you know what? Most of the time I've been on here, people have tried to debate me, but I turned it into a discussion because to debate, like for someone, and I'm not saying this to toot my horn, but I'm just being real. To debate me, you
Mhm.
have to almost know more than me or just as much. And if you do, I think it's more beneficial if we have a discussion, right? I
That's right.
mean, so that's what I end up turning it into, because there's really no. I mean, me and Tay play around when we say that, but like even like when we talk, it's more of a discussion. For me, a debate is about who's right, not what's right, and if you're
Hmm.
more
Exactly.
charismatic or more convincing, then you can be right, even if you're wrong. I
Right.
know I
And some
can,
people think because they're louder, they're right. People think because they're the loudest, they're some, they won, their argument is more stronger than yours. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
said, I compare that to like, everybody can make burgers, right? But it's the seasoning that separates good from great. You know what I mean? It's the same as
Mm.
teaching.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? The teacher has to know how to marinate the truth so it's easier for us to digest, right? Because we all can get it
That's right.
in a flood, right? Because that's what we got right now. We got so much vastness of information flowing so fast right now that people are reading Facebook feeds and taking it as truth. People are looking at TikTok in 2 minutes and thinking that they know the whole world. You know what I mean? The knowledge of where they came from and how the world and the stars started because of a 2 minute TikTok video. See, and
Hmm.
let me put the right. I don't want to say cute, but it's cool the way they put the CGI to it. They add the editing, they put the effects to it and all that. But right, what happens is you don't get the in between, right? You don't really get the taste of the
Hmm.
food, right? You got to do your due diligence before you could say that's right, because the truth could be subjective, right? It could be what the masses agree on.
Exactly.
Man,
I agree.
bro,
And,
out.
and a lot of the
Oh no.
information, to be honest, is. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, Word. I was just saying
Oh,
a lot
oh
of the
no. Go ahead, brother.
information that's a lot of the information that's out there, let's call it what it is. A lot of it is hidden. They only want you to know certain things. And when you know certain things, people run around and they boast as if they know everything. When you only get a small pot, you got a piece of Swiss cheese. Now you figure you got a whole deli out of that one slice of cheese that you got.
Mm.
So where did you get your information from? Where's your resources? They won't give that up. That's because everybody wants that greater than complex. So I totally agree with you, bro. Totally agree.
And, and it's dope that you said that. Before I got to talk because it's go put more context to what I'm saying. I debated somebody on here for a whole hour, and I can't tell you how many brain cells I lost because he was telling me that
Hmm.
women was made from men rib, and Adam had a belly button. I'm like, how did Adam? So Adam had a belly button. Yeah. How do you know? Because it's in a painting. Did Adam paint that of himself? Like, bro, what is you saying to me? And then he
You know
talk
what I
about
say?
women.
Word.
Women are made
Go
from
ahead.
our ribs. I said, well, I got the same amount of ribs than women do. So, I mean, I understand what the book say, but you have to. Even if we take that into context, you know where I smashed them at. That was a Adam was a race of people. You know that, right? Because it was already people
Hmm.
in the world.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
who's to say you came from that lineage? And then you talking about Noah and his sons. You remember it was Esau. He wasn't held high. So what
Mm-hmm.
lineage do you come from? Using this book, how do you know? So we debating something that you can't even tell me. Like he said, you can't tell me where you got this from somebody making a 2 minute clip and it
Yeah.
sounded good. And now you
Regurgitated.
bringing it back to yeah. Now
Yeah.
you bringing it, and
That's
then
it.
like how do
Yep.
you? And then like this is what I try to explain to people. And like I said, no emotion evolved. Let's just use all logic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the book say. You don't. I'm just being real. When you're talking about from Aramaic to Hebrew to Greek to Germanic to being held in the Catholic library for 1,000 years before it was even mass produced, where individual people can read it. It's been translated so many different times. Lost so many people took books out. Most people only read 66. I got 72. It's 88. So when you
Nice.
come debating me, you got to know more than just what your preacher told you, what your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your cousin. You got to know more than that. You
Mm-hmm.
got to know what you done read, what you seen. And a lot of people can't do that.
No.
So then they just start insulting you.
Yeah.
Keymosh,
And
what
the
up,
worst
sis?
and the worst thing that you can possibly do is tell someone not to lead to their own understanding. Without having your own understanding of something, how can you translate it? It's like you said, so many books, so many mythology stories of mythology have been rewritten and retranslated. And a lot of the information through the translation of it being rewritten has been lost and taken out for whatever purposes, to keep things hidden. So if you're studying and you're doing all this information, I guess it's easier to just like my man said, regurgitate words that's
Mm-hmm.
already been spoken, versus having your own understanding and having your own translation that way you can break it down in terms. And then you can help someone else without without truly regurgitating what's been said, but giving them, like my man said again, you're breaking it down in simple terms. You're teaching somebody their ABCs 1, 2, 3 by a song, by singing it, by different ways of teaching, but you're making it easy to digest.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
it be
But you're
key?
not going to
Not to
get that.
cut you off.
Go
Sometimes
ahead, good brother. Go ahead.
that when you hit somebody with truth and it shakes the core of their foundation. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they
Mm-hmm.
don't they
Yes.
don't want that to be because it's like telling a Christian that there's such things as aliens. It makes the Bible controversial. You know what I mean? It's just it's
Hmm.
like you know what I mean. It's just
Facts.
taking somebody everything that they learned from their whatever they supposedly thought they knew from their history, what they was told by his story, knowing that our story is a mystery. But we ain't gonna go
Mm.
there. But at the same time, like I said, it's all being conditioned, right? We get indoctrinated for years, right? The only book the slave master gave the slaves was the Bible. That in itself is
Yep.
funny to me, right or wrong. But at the same time, I
Right.
can't knock it because there's always people have perception and people can see things different, right? So when you read that's why they read the Bible every Sunday because people get different messages every week. You know what I mean? So you might read a
Mm-hmm.
chapter and it resonates to somebody different from you. So
And
the message is definitely in there. You just got to find how to decode it.
the
If that makes sense.
and this
That's
is what
right.
I try to tell people. The Bible is written in parables and allegories. You have to
Hmm.
comprehend. It's not. I don't look. I will go into the Bible and I can find anything you're going through. I can find a story to help you through it. You see what I'm saying? That's what the
Hmm.
Bible is. The Bible is a book of instruction. People just don't know how to comprehend it or read it, and they
Right.
read it in a way that it takes is more is missing a lot. First of all, we all know that. We can
Hmm.
honestly, if we can agree that the book is missing. We all know that's
Absolutely.
why we ask when we open the book, what are we supposed to do? Ask God for understanding. So when we read it, we can understand. So I don't tell nobody to throw it away. I'm telling you to practice it and learn it and read more. Because even like when you said the Bible is a book of aliens. Anything that's not from this planet is extraterrestrial.
Mhm.
So maybe at that time they didn't comprehend the way we do now. And they seen
Mhm.
things coming from the sky and was like, these are angels or X, Y, and Z because that's the only thing they knew. They didn't have anything to compare it to. But now we have more
Mhm.
information. So now we looking at it like, okay, is God an alien?
You know, I wanted to ask
That's
you
what.
word. I never had a chance to before I was gonna ask you, but you believe that God gives us free will to live the way like God doesn't intervene with our living? I'm just asking you this question.
believe
Good
I don't
question.
believe I say it like this. This is I from my concept of understanding what God is, I don't this is God is more than what any book can tell me it is, right? I believe I know, I'm not even gonna say I believe, I am an extension of the creator. So anything that I needed is put into me. So I don't need God to intervene or do anything. It is already done through me. So the free will is us to do or to create. We all are extensions of the creator. Like if you um even in the Bible it tells everything I'm telling you, I can show you different parts in the Bible where everything I'm saying is right there. Like people think about heaven as somewhere above them, right? Well, Jesus said no man who's not from heaven can go into heaven. He said it in Revelation. We're not from heaven, we're not going to heaven. Where people get the misconception from where men go to heaven is when Jesus said, my father's house has many rooms, and he was making room for us, right? But then when you, what book is it in? When it said the kingdom of God is within men. So understand what,
Mhm.
even when you say the house is man itself. We take everything as a physical. If you believe you the only thing you are is physical, that's the type of life you just go have.
That could be metaphysical, metaphorical for your body's a temple. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. It's a house, it's a vessel. Just like you get in a car.
Facts.
Like if you
The
think
reason
how
why I
you
asked you
get in a
that,
go ahead, bro.
go ahead. No, the reason why I asked you that is because we get a gut instinct of we get a nudge when we're about to get into something, and it's either go left or right or don't go. Sometimes we go against it, but that nudge, God trying to let you know, intervening in a moment to let you know, like, yo, this might not be the best choice for you, which is be against what He says, that God doesn't intervene because we have free will, right?
Hmm. And think about this. What do they say? God worked through other men, right? So a lot of times when people helping you, is that not God intervening?
Yeah, conduits, right? They call me at you, right?
You see what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
we had turned down help because of our
Facts.
pride. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So many when we get to a level of comprehension, you know, and not just understanding. Comprehension is the methodology of how things start and how things end. Understanding is just knowing how things start and how things end. So you're missing the whole meat and potatoes. So when we're talking about God, we take God outside of ourselves because we only understand God is within that energy. The when in the Bible it said, how did God animate Adam? He blew life into him, right? That was the essence of God. That's the connection we have with the all, with the Creator, right there. That breath that was gone. If you look in most creation stories, it was some type. It was something taken out of the God that created and put into the creation. That's what animated it. In every
You
creation
think
story, find me one that life wasn't blue, a seed wasn't dropped. Nick, show me one creation story where something wasn't taken out of God and put into man to animate it.
not to cut you off? You think everything was created in 6 days? You think life only been around for 6,000 years? I'm just asking.
That nah, life been around a lot, way, way
I'm
more.
just asking because the Bible, you go
Yeah,
by the
but
Bible, it's 6,000 years. You know what I mean?
but see, and that's that in my opinion, right? Like when you read it, um, heavenly days and earthly days are two different things. So 6 days to God might have been, I forget how many thousands of years one day.
Could have been
Um,
eons. Could have been
yeah,
eons.
so that in itself is never taken into consideration when they talk about how old the Earth is. So that right there, that's what I'm saying. You when people use the Bible to do, they contradict themselves because they haven't read it fully or comprehended it. Even in the English language, it's like that don't make sense because what you
So
just told me is different in heaven than earth. But you saying earth only been around this long when heaven when man. Uh,
I don't know. I'm just asking the questions. You know what I mean? I'll be talking that shit.
but but when you, it's hard to say that when you have evidence it was stuff here before the Bible. It was
I
stuff here
mean, how does
before.
that Big Bang story fall in place, right? Like this is what I mean, right? They either try to make you separate from God or science, but in my eyes, I feel like God is science too, right? In
Yeah,
a
it
way,
is.
because
It's
the
one of the
evolution
same.
of things is all in God's play, right? That's the way it was created. It has a destiny. Everything, we didn't ask to be here, you know what I mean? And no, we choose when we leave, you know what I mean? But at the
But
same
even
time, it's they separate them too, so they make us be. We're already coming out into a world where you know what I mean, it's in Darwinism or you know what I mean, it's religion or spirituality, like you know what I'm saying. We're so in so much like different uh, boxes to have to choose from just to be normal, you know what I mean, or understand or get a grasp of what the hell is the purpose of being here, and then all those stories are diluted off of each other, and they all come from the same tree, just different branches. You know what I mean?
and see, oh, you want to take that key?
Oh no, I'm just listening in. I mean, well, I'll just say this. From my standpoint and how I study things, I look at things from an occult standpoint. So I don't just look at the right side of things or the good side. I also look at the dark side of things. Because a lot of people are going to the Bible, but there's so many different books out here, like and I hate to throw this out there, but that's just how I study. I don't just look at the Bible. I look at the Kabbalion, and then I
Oh yeah.
also look at the Satanic Bible. You
Hmm.
know, I also read that as well because in that book you'll realize that there's a lot of contradictions on both sides of the field. The Bible is one thing, but then you have another book, which is Satanic Bible, and so many different things. And it's for me, in my opinion, it's easier for people to speak of God, to speak of the Bible, to speak of Christianity because it's a popular thing. Plus, it's how we've been programmed from an infant all the way up to our current age now. A lot of us don't even consider going to the left hand side or looking at the dark side of things. When you really look at it, we're a little bit more connected to the dark side the dark side aspect of things versus the light side of things. You know
Like
what I
as
mean?
above, so below. You know.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
As above, so below, as within, as without. It's all a
Exactly.
concept. So we're in the middle in the balancing scheme of what is right and wrong. You know, they don't exist, but we do. So we are that middle point that balances both based on our choices. Not how we feel, but what we decide to do, just like the angel on your shoulder, demon on your shoulder. What gives
I
them
got a
power
question, Pete.
is what
I got a
you,
question.
yeah, yeah, sure. No, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Sorry to cut you off. I apologize. I can't put my finger up. I be having my hands up sometimes. I
Oh,
forget.
good. Oh, all good, big
So
brother. Sorry,
do you
sorry.
think do you believe that God made man, or do you believe man made God?
Hmm.
I believe. Oh, well, is that for me or is that for the word?
That's for you, sir.
Oh, it's for me. I believe that man has created God, but then again, God created man. Everything is how can I put this without sounding too contradictory or
Yeah,
confusing
that was
things?
confusing right there. People, you made them go
Right.
left and right at the same time.
I
So I'll
think
put
you
it this
use.
way.
Oh, go ahead.
No, well, go ahead. Well, okay, I'll say this. I think that there is a higher creator, but this higher creator is not exactly what we think it is. There's so many
Hmm.
images out here and so many different, images of what God looks like when God is pretty much everything around us.
Hmm.
They never
But
said
then
what God
again,
looks like. Sorry, I know what Jesus looked like. I never heard what God looked like.
well, they paint God
Sorry,
as some
sorry,
kind
sorry to
of.
cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. I
No, go ahead, big
apologize.
brother. No, go ahead, big brother. You
I
good? What you saying?
No, I just heard what the characteristics and the traits of Jesus were, but I never heard about God. Period. I don't believe God's a male. Period. I don't think he's just a father. I got a problem with that in the Bible. That's neither here nor there.
I agree.
But I never heard the descriptions of God. Period. Ever. I've only heard Jesus, his son. You know. I'm just saying.
Now,
Right. But go ahead, word. Go ahead.
I think, I mean, just taking again the reality. Let's talk about reality.
Okay.
Man had to make God.
Hmm.
I mean, just I mean, God is a word, bro.
That's
When
a fact
people say
too.
God, they made the word. We man made the word. Now the concept of the creator, even that we made. Think about it. We
Agree.
given just logical, right? If God, and this is gonna tie back into the whole alien thing, right? If we accept that God is a male, that's a human male. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm not even gonna say human because it's a species, right? Because you have animals that's male, insects that's male. This is something that
Mhm.
supposed to God created, but then they say
Duality.
likeness and image, right?
Duality.
Okay, duality, right? So, and then they say likeness and image, right? So even when we looking, okay, so God has to be a male because He made us in His likeness and image. So God has to be some type of alien or some type of is not from this planet. So the God that people talk about in the Bible, um, is not the God I understand. God I understand is the creator of all. That's something that's beyond even my comprehension or understanding. We talking about
Exactly.
physics, you know, like
So you
air, bro,
telling me
like
real quick, where
oxygen.
you telling me God let Mother Nature be a separate deity? I mean, like I feel like Earth and Gaia, you know, all that means so much, you know, and
Oh, Gaia,
women in
that's
my women. Hold on, real quick, my bro. Sorry, women in my eyes are the only thing that I've seen with my own that can bring life in, right? We can
to
help with
bring.
the alchemy of it, right? Because remember, the sperm is alive as it's leaving us. It has
Mm-hmm,
a predestination, so it's already programmed. So that goes both ways, right? But it's sexual magic, you know about the kundalini. Sorry.
mm-hmm.
So with
Hmm.
that being said, right? Damn, I lost my train of thought, son. I got caught up. But who we talking about? The baby, right? Go ahead, man. I caught myself. Damn, I'll get back on track. Give me a second. I had a great
And
question.
you were speaking about creation, as far as women being creators and men
There
partaking
you
in
go.
that
There
creation
you
with the
go.
sperm.
So in my eyes, thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate it. In my eyes, I've
No
only
doubt.
seen women being able to bring forth life. Right? Men can participate. We can all put together and whatever. But at the end of the day, women were specifically designed for that special space between their pelvises for that. You know what I mean? Like it's anatomically proven. You know what I mean? They're the only things that can give birth. Whether you want to say you can now with the pronoun shit, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I'm just saying, in my eyes, I've only be able to see a woman, Mother Earth, Mother Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else besides, I've never seen a man give birth. Period. I'm just saying, never.
Right.
Hmm.
Unless you
So
want to play
part
with magic. Now we playing with the magic. That's different. Now we're gonna go into the. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother ball game.
now when you say like separate deity, I just believe like even in the Bible when it say the Elohim, Elohim is masculine and feminine. I believe that's why I say the creator is all. And it
Yep.
split. I believe, uh, like the creator is all. Not only why do you okay? So
You
when we
saying
talk about
all?
three
You saying all? But
dimension,
you said the Father. That's not all. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to
no,
catch
I'm
where
not.
you.
I don't believe in that father stuff. I don't believe in that. No, I'm
Okay,
saying
Me
okay,
from a
neither.
okay. All right, I
biblical
got you now.
standpoint, how they saying it's the father. I don't believe in that. Even when I use terms from the Bible and when I say God, I say Elohim because I believe that masculine and feminine it makes sense. Like when we talking about logic, you like you said, only thing I observe is a woman being able to carry and give birth to new life, and the man participate. So you need both of them. You see what I'm saying? You need
That's
the
right.
masculine and the feminine together to create. So now, in the beginning, when the Elohim said, "Let us make man and woman," that makes more sense than saying, "Let God say," because now we understand God is a male. So what did you? Who? If God is a male, who made God? Does God have a mother?
Hmm.
So
So
if you
so
say
many
that, right?
questions.
Was the devil was with God in heaven, right or wrong, according to the Bible, or was he with Jesus? He was with God, right? So there were other things,
That's
others.
a debate. I mean
Yeah, I
that
right.
right
You're
there.
right. That's what I'm getting there. That's what I'm
I
getting
would
there, though.
have so
Listen,
much fun with that.
that's why I'm getting there, my brother. Right? Because at the same time, was it just all males? You know, did God just make all the angels male? And was
Well,
Lucifer his right hand man, the beautiful, most beautifulest thing the Bible describes him as? You know what I mean?
and
Like, was that that's
actually,
because
if you
that's
look if
Greco-Roman to me. If you ask me, that's not
that's
my. I don't.
Greco-Roman. Like when you get into the Michael and all that, that's Greco-Roman. But
Yeah, I don't believe
when
none of that
you
stuff.
when you
No.
talking about um the Kabbalah, right? When you talking about the Talmud, there are female angels,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason they don't make it to the Bible. But there are female angels. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but again, in my opinion, like I said, everyone, whatever works for people, it works for them. But when you talking about academically, that none of that makes sense. When you talking about logically, it just
Yeah,
don't
it's
make sense.
yeah, that's what I mean. You know,
You know,
the Our Father is, is like right there. I was, it's just like it's almost
but
like the Star Spangled Banner.
I can tell you what makes sense. Why is it written like that? If you look at the time period, you look at the time period,
Mm-hmm.
it totally makes sense why. Women were coming into power. Women had more power at that point in time, and what docile them down. Yeah. So you got to look at time too. You got to look at history. When we reading stuff and learning, I'm just telling you from a standpoint. Look, it's easy. Um, I'm not telling you to change nothing you believe. I'm just telling you to read. That's all I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you. Don't change nothing you believe. Go observe it yourself. And I'm giving you the tools to do it. Look at the time period. People don't even quite. Most common people don't know about the influence that the Catholic Church had on mass producing the Bible. Most people don't know the history behind the events that occurred around the Bible. Most people don't. And that's why you have to educate yourself because they will tell you what's in the book, but they won't tell you why the book was written or why the
That's
book
funny
was
you said
created.
that.
Exactly.
King
Exactly. I
James,
heard that.
he wrote a book called Daemonology in
Yeah,
1597.
demonology. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Demonology.
all
See
talks
what I
about
mean?
witchcraft and supernatural. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm-hmm.
funny you bring that up because the same person who revised the Holy Bible. You know what I mean?
The
So
Holy Bible.
he was into a
And
lot of
you
stuff too, like personal
now,
things that I don't want to put on you. But they, he was definitely into the Greco-Roman lifestyle. That 300 Sparta style.
yeah, and this is the
Mm-hmm.
thing too. When people research King James, because what you just said, most people don't know, and you will see why certain books was took. If you read one book, you will see why other books or excerpts was taken out and wasn't allowed. You'll see why the book of Enoch was taken out, why the book of Mary
Mm-hmm.
Magdalene was taken away. People read the
Mm-hmm.
book of Mary Magdalene. That's a deep book. It's teaching
It
about the
is.
teachings of Jesus, not what Jesus said, but what Jesus did. And it's more about ritual and more about it's a deeper understanding into spirit. It's a spirituality book, man. I'm telling you, like people,
Mm-hmm.
these are all gospels. The Gospel
Yeah.
of Judas,
I
like,
got a question.
oh man,
If the
you go
Bible is
ahead, bro.
literal, if we take the Bible literal in the Old Testament, Joshua 6:21, God commanded them to destroy the Canaan, women and children. How you
Mm-hmm.
feel about that?
Bro, I mean, God condone um the R word on little. You see what I'm saying?
He sent bears to maul people, children in the Bible. He's done more evil in the Bible than the devil did. Well, the devil's mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah, nine
I don't even
times.
think he's. I don't think
It
he's mentioned as a devil in the Bible. Only probably a handful
it's
of times,
three.
I think.
It's three different entities. It's three different entities. You got Satan, you got devil, and you got Lucifer. And I can argue
Mm-hmm.
Lucifer is one of your favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
I can argue
Speak on that.
Lucifer is one of your favorite people. I
Speak on
promise you,
that.
I can. Y'all better
Speak
understand
on that.
who said I am the morning star versus who was deemed the
Mm-hmm.
morning star, and that'll make sense.
Talk it. Mm-hmm. Major facts. Major facts. I totally agree
And
with
then
that.
you gotta
Major
ask who got
facts.
cast out of heaven. The Morning Star did, right? Who came and said, "I am the Morning Star"?
How many
Mhm.
different religious stories can you compare to the Jesus story in different religions?
Give me a religion, I could tell you
You
which
feel me?
aspect.
You
There's
feel
a
me though?
lot.
Like
Yeah.
how can we decipher what's true and not from all those different stories besides trying to know all of them and put it together and see what stands out and what sticks, you know? It's like throwing shit to the wall.
This look. This, I try to tell. Now, I really think about what I'm saying, and this went over somebody. I said this 17 different times, right? Here go my sis. 17 different times I said this, right? I said these stories are all similar because they are the same stories told from different perspectives. That's it. When you
Can y'all hear me?
research and you, what up, though, sis?
Hey, peace and respect.
Hello?
Peace.
Can
Peace.
y'all hear me?
You coming in good?
You
Yes,
coming
coming
in
in
good,
good, sis.
sis?
Oh
Peace.
shit. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, you're coming
I
in good.
think. Yeah, I think she. I don't think her mic was working, but it's
My
all
mic
the
is cutting
same
up too a
stuff.
little bit.
Like even you know how I tell people to really research. Look at the Hootie. The Hootie is they got
The
a story
Hootie.
about the Hootie all around the world. All around the world, they got stories
Yeah.
of the Hootie. Even in Australia, I'm gonna bring that up one day. I'm gonna show you that. Can
Am
you
I
hear me,
coming
sis?
in clear? Yeah,
Yeah,
can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, hey everybody, hey panel, hey chat, hey mods.
Peace,
Y'all
peace,
making me
peace and
excited.
respect.
um, am I still coming in clear?
Yeah, loud and
Yes, you're
clear,
coming in
sis.
great.
I don't know what's wrong with my earbuds.
Mine's been acting up too lately, so I feel you.
Now we can't hear you. Yeah, now you're really low. All over the world.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
definitely wrong.
all over the world. Watch when I tell you, it messed my head up, Tay, and I found this out probably about 2 years ago when he was like the stories of him in Australia. Like how all
Mhm.
these different people got similar stories about the same thing. That's because they observed something, bro. And this shit written in
Mhm.
stone.
Can I ask you some
Now,
word real quick?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You low
Have you
again,
ever
sis.
consulted have you ever consulted with your ancestors who passed away and just had to, try to talk to them, pray to them, or even just ask, just have a one-on-one with them? Have you ever did that while they were
I
gone?
do it. I do that all the time.
You know that in the Bible you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
mhm,
They ain't
it's
allowed to speak to
tabooish.
the dead. Yeah.
I'm just
You
saying,
got
like, there's so much with these rules. They're like blanket.
it.
You can't, you just, like, what I mean. They don't try to give you no details to it. Just try to make it like a blanket thing, and it's like it kind of it makes the mind, the third eye calcify. You don't want to reach no more.
They take everything out of you. They
Yeah.
don't want
Mhm.
you to go within. They want you to
But
go
that
outside
book
yourself.
is definitely the colonization of the imagination, in my opinion, because right
Well,
there,
Yes,
I would
it's a
say
book
like
that's. I'll just say the book's been pretty much created as a manipulation device that really focuses on your behavior, not so much of your spiritual intelligence, but your behavior. You won't get into heaven.
emotional impulse.
Exactly, exactly. All of that is pretty much how the book is written. But then when you look at other books, and even when you do your own personal research, like you said about conversating with those who've made the transition or passed on, it's not allowed to do that. But when you have conversations with yourself, and that's a lot of things people don't do. People don't talk to themselves. You know what I mean? It feels weird to speak to yourself and talk to yourself. According to a lot of things that I've read and a lot of information that I've studied, when your ancestors or your loved ones, they make that transition, they reside in you. Therefore, you build altars and you put things together that they may like. You know, this person may like a football, this person might like a cigarette. It's just based on their what they like from their physical being before they made a transition to the spiritual aspect. So you're paying homage and you're paying tribute to them, and therefore they live inside it. As long as you can remember them, and you have your thoughts, good thoughts about this individual, they still exist. You know what I mean? But in the Bible, they won't tell you that.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Oh
Yes.
my
Sound like
God. StreamYard will
sound like
not
the
let me be
Verizon
great
guy.
today. StreamYard will not let me be great. So I'm sorry to take y'all back just a smidget. I was going to say, I debate a lot. Well, I used to debate a lot with Christians. I stopped doing it. But I would always ask them, how did the devil lie? And they was, oh, the devil's a liar, the devil's a liar. But I said the devil didn't lie. He actually told the truth. He said, if
Right.
you eat of the fruit, you will be like the gods with an S. And they ate of the fruit. And if you go like a couple of like scriptures further, God says, oh, they are now like the gods. But I
Mm-hmm.
always ask, so who were the gods? If God is the only God, who were the other gods? Like, because
Just
it's
to
in
add
the
on to that,
Bible.
go ahead, go ahead,
You
go
know,
ahead.
it's there. He says it, so you can't say he didn't say it. God said it. So
Right.
that's just one of the arguments I always use. And also another argument I always use is that God created evil. And I'm like, if I'm all love, how can I create evil if I'm all love? Like, you can't be all love and then also be evil. And God said himself, he said, I, God, do all these things. I create good, I create evil. I, God, do all these things. So if he said that, you can't say he didn't say that because it's in the word. Like, he said it
Mm-hmm.
himself. So how can you like say he didn't say it? And that's another argument. But y'all keep on. I'm listening. I'm here for all of the bull crap. I love it. Y'all got me excited at work. Now
You
let me
touched
get
a
back
good
to
point.
work.
You touched a good
You
point
made some
because I
good
always ask
points. You
that
really did.
Hey,
And those are
if
good
everything
tools
is
to use in a
predetermined,
conversation or debate.
facts, appreciate it. If
hey,
everything is predetermined, and was how God, you can't tell me that God didn't know that women was gonna eat that fruit. You can't tell me that. You know what I mean? Because if that's the God that we're talking about, He's omnipresent, omni-knowing. So this was all by design anyway. You feel me? I've heard things where God has a gripe towards women for that, but that didn't make sense to me because it's all His. You know what I mean?
the
It's all the
Numa
Most High's
Elish,
creation. It's already planned. It's all predetermined, right? Just like the sperm is coming out of the male, it looks for the egg. It doesn't go to the ankles. You know what I mean?
brother. If you read the Numa Elish, that whole book of Genesis of
Delish.
make sense. I promise you it would. I promise you. I'm talking about from the serpent because that wasn't even a devil.
No,
God
it
and the
wasn't.
devil could be one. God and the devil
It
could
was
be one. It could be his
Satan.
alter ego.
But
It could be his duality. His alter his personality.
but but listen, like when people say God, and like she said, the other gods. So when you talking about the Elohim, now you have to look at a masculine and feminine present. That's two right there. Now when you're talking about
Mhm.
Yahweh, I am the God from Egypt. Yahweh, that's a different God than even El Shaddai. It's different aspects of God. So that those are different gods. If you read the Bible, I am a jealous, the El Shaddai said, I am a jealous and an envious God.
Mhm.
Right.
You
That's
see
the
what
word.
I'm
We get
saying?
caught in the
So
word. That's what it is. We get caught into the word.
yeah.
Mhm. Agreed.
Because
Iman, what
God could
up
be an
though, bro?
acronym for gold, oil, and diamonds. And a lot of these people in this country right now, that's their God. You know what I mean? The 1%ers, they pray to the gold, oil, and diamonds. You know what I mean?
And
Facts.
see
Major
that
facts.
that even term God is something newer. You see what I'm saying? That's our generation. Well, I ain't gonna say our generation, but that was within the grammatic. Because before that it was Izus, El Zeus. Ishua was Jesus, son of Zeus. God was Izus in the Greek version of the Bible. You can go get a Greek version of the Bible, you ain't gonna see God. You
You're
gonna see
right.
Izus,
You're right.
Zeus. Yep.
El Zeus. So even when you go into the Tanakh or the when you go into the Tanakh, you're not gonna see the word God. You go see Elohim. You go see El Shaddai. You go see about 90 more for 90, 92 different names they call God. They call him the Most High, the Father, the Creator. It's all different aspects of God that they're talking to at that point in time. What people do is read books and use their perception. You can't do that. Not reading, you have to know the time period to know what these people was going through when they was writing this stuff down. These are people's personal. If you take the Bible for what it is, right? This is what people don't talk about. Even when you look into the book of John, right? Take the book of John. John didn't write that. That book was written 600 years after John was dead. People don't talk about that. John didn't write the book of
Mm-mm.
John. Moses didn't write the books. Moses
Yeah,
didn't
you're
not
right.
write, bro.
But
So,
when you
and
get
and
into
what?
like the Abrahamic faith, a lot of the stuff is taken out anyway because that was planned. Like they didn't want it to intermingle. You feel me? So a lot of
Yeah,
stuff is taken out, or you don't even know that page existed. There's a lot of missing pages from the book.
there's a lot. So when you
Yeah.
talk about that book, you have to talk about context. Like, what are you trying to get out of it? You can't tell me to take this literal because no one does.
That's not
People
true, sir.
use it to
There's
their
people out here
benefit.
taking it literal, sir. People really
But
feel
no,
like
but they don't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the same people who talk about people being gay is an abomination is the same people eating pork and wearing gold. Same people who got pictures of
Facts.
Jesus and wearing crucifixes around their neck. So you
yeah,
can't
but
tell
Facts.
me.
I
Same
understand.
people
You're
going
right.
to church on Sunday. They use it to their benefit. Whatever their
Yep.
purpose or whatever their agenda is, they use it to that. They don't live that. That's why I respect Islam. They live that shit, bro.
I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna
I
ask
can
you.
respect that 100% because they live it. I respect Buddhists because they live it. That's their belief. That's what's making them better. I respect Hebrews and I do respect the Christians who live it because my grandmother was one. My grandmother never wore pants, bro, because it was in the Bible women weren't supposed to wear pants. She never tried to teach us from the Bible because she told me a woman is not supposed to teach a man anything in this book. A man is. Go to your uncle. I can't do nothing but respect people who live their truth. If this is what you rock with, live it. Don't
Yeah.
just use
Agreed.
it to hurt other people or to down other people. I don't care what faith you
Mm-hmm.
got. If you use it against, if you weaponize your faith, I have an issue with you. And if you get in a conversation with me, I'm gonna tear your ass up.
In all
I
honesty,
promise you,
a
I
lot
will.
of, in all honesty, like you said about Islam and Buddhism, all of those, a lot of them, they do live by their faith, but there's also a trick bag within that as well.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I mean? There's always a trick bag in everything
Hmm.
because, again, people want to be leaders. They want to be the head of everything. So here comes the ego. Here comes the pride. I got to know everything, so bow down and worship me because I'm the messenger. You know what I mean? That's why the best form of knowing information is to study it on your own and at least get that direction and always think of a double side. There's always two sides to a coin. It's like there's always two sides to a story,
Always.
you know? So you
And
take the information from one side and the other instead of just looking at the head. The head is just as important as the tail, you know?
you,
See, that goes back to what I said over with the whole thing of how we lost ourselves when we thought it was mind over matter. We was taught that way, and when you become into the social media where it becomes matter over mind, people are more concerned with the optics, the tangibles, the physical, the material. You understand me? And they lose the logic
Mhm.
where they're more invested in emotion.
mm, bro, I love the way you
Yep.
speak. Keith, if you don't know who Frankie Blanco is, man, you need to go listen to some of his
Regular
work,
dude,
man.
man. Shout out to everybody, man.
Man,
Oh,
that
Living
dude is
yes.
legend.
so
Yes,
skilled with the.
absolutely.
He is so skilled with words, Keith, and we be talking about the vibration and frequencies of different words and how they affect.
That's
I
my
love
that's
intelligent
that's
people,
that's my shit,
humble
man.
I
intelligent people.
appreciate it. I'm gonna have to tap in with this brother. This is what I prefer. You know, like I may study and I may have certain information that works for me, and I know, but I never proclaim to be the greatest or the know-it-all. I don't just come on this panel as somebody who can share my thoughts. I also come in as a student. You know what I mean? So I'm learning just like you brothers are learning. You brothers,
It's
this is like
crazy,
school
Keith.
to me. Mhm.
You say you don't know it all. You might. You just don't have the right vocabulary to be able to express it, right? Because that's what we have. It's the language thing, right? We can go once you have a
Mhm.
vastness of words to express different emotions and feelings and situations. It becomes more easy. Like people who could paint pictures with poetry and writing music. When you hear the words,
Facts.
that shit opens up like a cinema. You feel me? You don't even hear the song no more. You seeing the whole storyline as the person singing it. You know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
the it's the it's the
Absolutely.
alchemy of the words, the way you construct them, right? It becomes magic words. It's like mixing up a witch's pot.
Mhm.
You feel me? And you can either break somebody or make
Mm,
somebody with the right choice of words.
absolutely.
Iman. Yeah, I'm a student of
Absolutely.
Dr. Phil Valentine, man. Definitely.
Yeah,
I
Bobby
mess with
Hammett,
Black
Dr.
Black
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Phil,
and
rest in
Bobby
peace,
Hemmett, I
brother
was just
Panic.
yeah.
going to say that.
Hey
Rest in peace,
man.
brother Panic. See what I mean? I gotta rock with you, brother. Those are the brothers who introduced me to the concept of these
Don't forget
of
Black
the
Dot. You
esoteric.
know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Black Dot. Can't forget about
Yeah.
I
Black
go
Dot. He's
back.
still
I go
doing
back.
his thing.
Steve Coakley. I go back to Steve
Steve
Coakley, and you know what I mean?
Coakley.
Side netted with
Mm,
Ty Hootie. Natural
Yeah.
Ty Hootie on and
mm.
hmm
you know what I mean?
I met
hmm John
uh
Henry Clark. You gotta throw him in the mix too.
Yeah, Ivan
You
Van
know what I mean?
Sertima, John Henry Clark, Booker T. Coleman.
John Henry Clark, Booker
yeah,
T.
I met
Coleman,
Seti
and
one
these
time.
and
You
these are the
know
brothers
Seti?
I get my information from. Oh yeah, Seti's another one. There's so
Yeah.
many great
Said he's
minds out
good.
there.
Said he's more of a
You know.
warrior with his though. Teddy give it to you like
Yeah.
no plain. He give it to you with no seasoning,
Hey,
my nigga. You're gonna have to eat
Steady
this. We
from
at
the
war.
D, man. Hey, Steady was really in the. Hey, people really
I
know
fuck with
Steady here, bro.
Seddies. I feel like
Yeah,
I gotta put
Steady.
the strap on when I go to Seddies lives.
Hey, man, Steady. Hey, Steady the truth, man. I mean, like he
Seddies the dude, I
talking,
ain't gonna lie.
he about that life for real. Like he really about that life, and you ain't
You
gonna
know what it
stop him.
is? People like the warm lie. They can't taste the cold truth.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
people give it to you like that, it's
Facts.
a selective few that can sit there and stomach it. You heard? Because that shit makes you uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Right? You don't even know you
Yeah.
walk into the live, that shit feel like they talk about you. It had nothing to do with you. You heard? But that's just how it be. Like the
Mhm.
truth is the truth, always down the middle. It never changes. See, there's reality. I mean, there's what you think is
Facts.
real, and then there's the truth. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
reality is
Hey.
only perception, and it can be altered or manipulated easily. As we can see with
Mhm.
CGI, AI, deep fakes, it's not nothing your eyes can tell you. That's not. You can't go with your eyes no more. Right? You can look at
Mm-mm.
something, they could put your
Facts.
grandmother robbing a bank at 6 in the morning, same face, same church wig and everything. You like, that's Nana. I know it is. Look, the skirt. Come on, you can't. But that's how good it got right now. Where you know what I mean? The optics don't matter no more. You gotta. It's kind of almost like you gotta live, by faith, not by sight. And it's crazy. I know word don't like that. I said that before. He didn't like that one. But at the same
Oh
time, you just
no,
gotta
I
go with
was
what you
cool with
know.
that.
Not like you don't like it, but we had a little, we exchanged the words for that one. But you just go with what you feel in your heart is right, your intuition, right? Because that's the thing we can't understand, but we know it's connected to a divine source, right? Because it's not, it's like it's
Mhm.
something we can't know. They tell a man he ain't gonna ever walk again. 6 months later, he's running a marathon. That's God,
Exactly.
there's intervention in that.
I just
Exactly.
say use
And you're
all
gonna find
senses.
that.
The more
Yeah.
senses you use, the more you can observe and um because like even think about this, man. You can be with somebody for 10 years, think you know them, you don't know shit about them. They got a whole separate
Mhm.
life. You know, you
Major
Yeah,
might have
look at
facts.
you.
movie
Major
actors.
facts.
Look at movie actors. I thought Denzel Washington was a corrupt cop from Training Day. That nigga did that
Hey,
shit so
bro.
good. I thought he was a pilot in flight,
Yeah.
nigga. These niggas had me convinced.
Hey, no, what's my man off
Mhm.
of uh uh Danny Glover, bro? Until he
You feel
started
me?
doing that, I did not like him until he started doing that movie with the white dude. What's his name?
Die Hard,
Oh,
or
Yeah,
was it
he
Lethal
cool
Gibson.
Weapon?
again.
Talking Lethal
Yeah,
Weapon.
Le-
Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon. I'm like,
Lethal
okay, he
Weapon,
cool
Mel
again. He
Gibson,
cool
shout it
again.
out.
But I'm like, hold on, bro. Look how you done did silly. Like, hold on, man.
You see
Like,
the
hold
irony in the
on, man.
world? Ice-T first song ever made was "Fuck the Cops," and now he's the best detective in fucking Law and Order.
See what I mean? So everything is an illusion, and we all can agree that
Yeah.
everything has became an illusion.
It's probably like
So
the
there's a
things that
lot
you
of
think the
tricks being
most you
played.
don't like or you don't have interest in is the thing you have the most interest in. You know what I mean? It's weird. You know what I mean? Like that's
Exactly.
just the way it's topsy turvy. Like I said, like you said, as above, so below. You might live one way and then
Hmm.
later on you just have life turns out the opposite of everything you thought it should have been. You start learning everything that you felt was right is wrong or is controversial, and there's another answer or another. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And there's no
A lot of
growth
detours, a lot
unless
of
you're
detours.
getting out of your comfort zone. When you're getting out of your comfort zone, that's when you start to grow and you start to develop and your mind expands. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're
Yeah,
comfortable in your one little area, you're content. Therefore, you're in a dormant state. You will not
right.
develop nor enhance your way of thinking because you're comfortable, and people become comfortable like a cocoon. People become comfortable and wrapped up
So
in this information and they stay put instead of allowing themselves to question everything, to wonder, to do their own research,
to reach their
and
highest
that's
potential. You say comfortable is a dangerous word because it's a double-edged sword. Because now you confine yourself,
that's
you leave
right.
yourself in a space where you don't get to reach where your pinnacle, because you're so relaxed
Hmm.
and and there's so much more. You don't question nothing else. You feel like, nah, this is it. I work, I come home, 9 o'clock, the news is on, eat my supper, go to bed. I'm comfortable. That's not really life though. Is that just life, or are you living?
No,
What you trying to do?
it's the life that we've been programmed, but that is
Right,
not the
right.
life
But
that's
but
been designed.
there's different levels. There's different levels. Like you said, there's chess in three levels, right? At home, this is it. We all have a
Hmm.
mask. We have three masks, right? We have the mask when we're in front of people, the mask when we're with our
Hmm.
families and and then there's a mask when we're alone. You feel me?
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
what it is. It's chess on different levels. So, at work, you might be a pawn, but when you come home, you're a king. You feel me?
There you
So you
go.
got to know how to
There you
balance
go.
that and mix the energies and it's all you got to be engaged. Your consciousness is key, right? You have to realize that every moment you live in is a gift. It's the present, right? The future is anxiety and the past is depression. You can't worry about water under the bridge, and if you stay stuck worrying about what's going to happen next week, you're not going to see what's happening now, right? It's crazy.
Major facts. Yeah, I'm
Bro,
definitely getting up with you, bro. I'm definitely getting up with you. I appreciate that information and knowledge that you just
Yo, only the
displayed right
word,
there.
only the word made me do this. The word, because I'm a humble dude. Like I got kid, I live my life regular. I swear all that. But when they're coming to word channel, I try to show decorum. I try to, you know what I mean?
Same,
Because I know the
same.
words are spirits. I know, and it might not matter now, but maybe 10 years from now, somebody clicks on this trying to find something. Whatever we say is like opening the Bible and you just reading the first verse. And it resonates. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's
That's
gonna
right.
resonate.
That's
It's
right.
weird.
hey Frankie, you about to be up here more because 2024. I'm deeming it year of the solution, bro. I'm taking the training wheels off. We going deep into this because
Bro, I've
again,
been
you
with you since the
you
jump. You
you
already
see
know
how
since the
people
mud.
just naturally speak about the Trinity three. You just name three, right? The same thing you say. I say people got three lives. They got their public life, they got their personal life, and they got their private life. Same way you
Mm.
just said it. Is what we do in front of people, what we do in our home, and then what we do in private. You know, that Trinity, that three is a big thing, but we have to evolve. We're supposed to be in the fifth dimension right now. Right now, we're supposed to be living in the fifth dimension, but everybody can't resonate that high, so they hold more people down because um, bruh, like when they was talking about the world about to end, the world always ends, bro. Think about it. People
Somebody's living
always,
revelation right now. Somebody's living
you
through
see
their
what I'm
revelation
saying?
right now.
Think about them people in um over the fight over with the Israels and the Palestine. Bombs
Mhm.
bursting in the air, the earth cracking. Oh, people going through that right now. They've been going through tsunamis coming, swallowing towns, volcanoes exploding, taking out the people. Look, the world is always in there. Revelation is always coming to someone. That's just how it
And
is.
something else I want to add in there, just the thought that I just had just now. Even if there wasn't no war, look at the seasons, look at the plants. They go through a
Mm-hmm.
transition of life and death
Hmm.
consistently all year round.
Mm-hmm.
They grow within the summer and the fall, not the fall, but the summer and the spring, and everything starts to die out. So we're looking at life and death all year round, despite what we're doing physically on this planet. You know what I mean? The wars, disagreements, the feuds, the fights, the whatever it is. Nature itself is giving us a display of life and death, the beginning, the end. So to say that the world is ending, I totally agree. The world is consistently ending, but it's also
Mm-hmm.
also consistently rebirthing itself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, these are conversations are fun.
You know
Because
what's
Oh, and
even
I
scary
though
love
about
it.
that is
Love
because
it.
what we like. Not even sorry, my fault. Cut you off, yo, real quick because See what the thing about me, and I always feel like it's weird, but it's kind of tough. But we were meant to be in the middle, right? We can't go too high, we can't go too low, right? You have to
Mm-hmm.
stay in this like Goldilocks zone of knowledge, right? Because once you start going too away, you pseudo, you know what I mean? You spooky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear that. If you go too low, you just sound like one of these dudes standing in the corner. You know, I'm pumping hope. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful with it. That's why it goes back to the everybody can make burgers, but it's a season that distinguishes what's good from great. You know what I mean? You got to be able to make
Facts.
your burger come out more authentic. You know what I mean? Make it have organic feel to it. Make people be able to say, "Damn, you know what? I feel like that nigga hugged me when he said that." You heard me? For real.
And
Like
Facts.
that's how you got to be
Facts.
embracive, but you got at the same time you got to be strong because you know the devil plays in God's God's garden. You know what I mean? And if he sees a bunch of innocent people trying to look for some guidance, there's no doubt about it. He'll whisper to them in God's voice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I always try to, when I come on here and teach concepts, I always try to do it where people can observe it for themselves. I can tell you
That's right.
anything. I just got to sound convincing. That's why I use this tone and everything. I ain't trying to convince nobody or nothing. I'm
I know
giving you
your magic.
information.
I know your magic. Monotone, bro.
Yeah, you know he's working his magic behind the
I know
scenes.
about
He's
that
definitely doing
frequency, baby, the vibration.
But
something.
what I'm doing, but I'm giving people the information. Even I'm the last couple months I've been explaining spirituality through psychology. If you look
Mm-hmm.
at the videos talking about the ego and karma, breaking that down the way where you can observe it in real life time, I can use big terms and concepts that people probably would never experience, or I can just give you something you can observe and you can see it for yourself. Just
That's
like
right.
brother said, I observe nature, bro. That's how I learned a lot. Look, I read a book, I still have to observe it to really know it, to gain
That's
wisdom.
right.
People think knowledge and wisdom is the same thing. It's not.
Mm-mm.
Knowledge is
Nope.
practice over time. It equals wisdom.
That's right.
I gotta do real quick. Knowledge itself, divine individual, heart of an angel, but the mind of a criminal. Wisdom's what decodes between lines and subliminals, and understanding is what gives emotions with visuals.
Mm.
You see
Good
what I'm
stuff.
saying, Keith?
That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. I got to give you that, good brother. That's fire. That's definitely fire.
Five alive. I promise you, I will
Mm.
debate anybody. I'm a John Henry Clark. You gonna learn today. That's what's
Uh,
gonna
I feel
happen.
like I feel like Skates from Heathcliff.
Man, this brother,
That's
bro,
fire,
like,
good brother. That's fire. But you know what though? Like I told the word a couple times when it came to like reading books and information, it's people don't know how to read a book based off just researching. They read it like it's a novel, where
mm-hmm,
it's a story and they read page to page. These books that we read based on mythology or whatever it is, it's a conversation with the author and they're explaining their experiences and giving you their experience. You are supposed to take what you can get from them and add it to your experience. Everything adds together. But a lot of times, there's another thing that people do, and I noticed that too, like going to a buffet. You get up and go to the buffet, you're getting all this, you're trying to get everything that's on the menu or everything that's edible. So now you're carrying three, four, five plates on your arm, and you're trying to balance all that going to your table when you can just take what you want and go sit down, eat your meal, and then you can get up and go back to the buffet and get seconds. But instead of people trying to, take their time and take what they need at the moment, they try to bum rush and take everything, and now they're trying to balance it. So now you're overloading yourself, you're putting too much on yourself, and people have some bad habits doing that.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
Facts.
see that
All facts.
that that right there, even with the information, I had to learn that, just study one thing at a time.
That's right.
Study. You got to know where you at though. That's like with my journey,
Yeah.
bro. It was sometimes I reached too high, and then I had to, you know, settle down and go from where I'm at. So, like,
Mhm.
even when you were saying with the information overload, that's why I try. Like, if you look at it, I'm trying to unite people. Talking about these different subjects about personalities. I'm trying to show you, and even in those personalities, you can equate them into metaphysics or even into the Bible. These different personality traits, these narcissism, them all demons, bro. I can name the 7 demons and attach different personalities to them.
But
Like
you
all
know
this
there's
stuff is
there's
connected, just told from a different perspective. People just saying the
right.
same thing and explain it. There's what is science? Do you know why science was created? To explain the unexplained. That's what science does. It explains things that we can't. Before science, we had spirituality.
Yep.
This is where
Facts.
metaphysics comes. Is the mixture of both.
Real quick, because somebody in the chat earlier said some. They said something off the phone. They said, look at the Dogon tribe,
Yeah.
right? We know about what they're known for. You know, they had the Sirius B, I think, constellation, if I'm not mistaken, before without even getting.
Yes.
How do you make that, you know what I mean, connection? Like, how will these people be able to get a Wi-Fi signal to understand and be able to visualize that shit from so far where we don't even see no stars when you see the moon sometimes, you know what I mean? You see the moon in the daytime, should be looking crazy. Like, how these people got to see that and put it down and understand that knowledge? Like, where was that coming from? Was it just leaking to them by mistake? No? Or was it
They
there?
connected,
'Cause
bro. They
I
haven't
know,
been
They
right?
exposed to all this BS. We know more. My
Right.
bad, real quick.
facts.
Nate, what up, though?
Yo,
Coco, what
Nate the
up,
Facts.
Great,
though?
my bro,
Diddy.
salute. I didn't want to
I
cut you
don't know.
off.
Oh no,
Great
you
brother
good.
Nate. Peace and respect.
This is Coco in the building too. Well, you
Shout it
Peace
you
and
out.
respect.
connected, bro. I can sit here and tell you stories you'll never believe me, bro. You'll never believe me. You know, people don't believe things they don't experience themselves half of the time. You know, until somebody. I had a cousin say I don't believe in ghosts, and then he almost had a heart attack and said he seen a ghost. And when he finally seen it, it almost killed him. He said, "Now I believe in it," and he was convinced he seen a ghost. So people don't believe in stuff until they see it, bro. Or until they
It's
exposed to it.
experience.
I use the word aware until you become aware of it. But even then,
Yeah.
I can sit up here and tell you the truth about anything, and until you decide to look at it with an open mind, you ain't. It's just fiction. You know, you have to
Facts.
like even when people say they believe now, you people don't question why they believe. Why do you believe in what you believe in? Is it because you were indoctrinated from a kid and now you're an adult and that's all you know? That's mass majority of people. Let's just be honest. Mass majority of people, the beliefs they have is what they was given when they was younger. So
Facts.
until they start investigating things themselves, that's just what they go roll with, and they comfortable with it. They don't want to put the
That
work in.
that's it right there. They're comfortable.
That's
Instead of
facts,
them
though.
being
That's a real fact.
uncomfortable and getting out of that comfort zone that they've been wrapped into like a cocoon for so long, they'd rather just stay comfortable and just believe in what they were taught. But when you
Mm-hmm.
step out of it, that's when you get the so-called culture shock. You know,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, I've had people look at me and call me a Satanist, call me this and that because certain symbols that I have, certain books that I have, certain things that I'm studying. When in actuality, being a Satanist and being this and that, all of that are political terms. They're
That,
all political
that's a
terms.
you connected though, because esoteric ain't wrong. You know what I mean? You know, to you enlightened. You know a different magic than us. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, there's definitely magic, and
Exactly.
people understand. There's two different magics. There's a magic with the C. There's a magic with the
Hmm.
K. The magic with the
Mm-hmm.
K
Exactly.
is when you're doing
Hmm.
rituals. You're doing, you know what I mean? You're
That's
putting
right.
together, you know what I mean, sacrifices. That's that different magic. Magic with the
Hmm.
C, you can consider that, sleight of hand, smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? Whatever. From that
Tricks,
level on.
tricks,
Yeah. Tricks to the
tricks
mind, you
and
know what I mean?
illusions,
Right.
tricks
I,
and
You know what I mean? It's not
illusions.
that hard to do that. But when you're talking about the other magic, you're on a whole nother level now. And there's not to say there's no
Oh
truth in
no,
that.
level.
But the thing is, right, you gotta watch who you say it to. You know what I mean? Because
I
that's what it takes from your energy or gives, right? Is when you engage in a conversation with somebody, right? You walk to work, when you know you got that busy face, you ain't trying to hear nobody, nobody won't stop you. I'll be trying to walk around like that when I'm not busy. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Because once you engage, that's where you know what I mean, you play in a tug of war, push or pull with the energy, with your belief, with
Facts.
everything. You know what I mean? With everything.
Goddess,
That's
what
right.
up, sis? Goddess in the
That's right.
building. I
God is
tell you
Steve.
this.
Peace and respect.
I say this too. I want to add to that. Um, so you got duality and everything. So even when you talk about magic with the K, um, it's duality in that because the way I learned is magic. You have internal magic and external magic. So the sleight of hand is that external is is what you using physically. The magic within is like manifestation. You connecting with source and creating things. Now, is a duality in that because that can be good or bad. Just like you speak life or you can speak death. It's how you use. So when you start sacrificing blood and all that, um, that's a lower vibration of magic, the internal. You seek, but it's external too. Both of them is duality to both. But the intention is what brings the manifestation. Rituals are
Exactly.
created, but rituals gave you confidence that the manifestation or what you were calling forth will come. That's what rituals. We didn't. Our ancestors, if you look, they didn't do rituals
I don't know
until.
about that. I can't say that. I don't
No, I'm
agree.
gonna
I
say
don't.
it
I'm gonna interject.
until we were disconnected from source. We didn't have a need to do rituals. Once we got disconnected, then we had to. I know
I
what you're
don't.
saying.
I,
I
and the
know
reason why
that.
I say it is because even from we go back and just from what we see, there's shamans, people doing, moon dance, rain dances, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say it, you know what I mean? Like 100% what you're saying is factual because
Well,
it's
even
perception.
even like even those even when we speak, right? That would be considered a ritual. Like when we
Yes. Agreed.
that was I mean if we
What do you mean, a
take them like
seance
that, but
or
it's the yeah it's the frequency the dances
Hmm.
produce. You see what I'm saying? Those
Yes.
dances was to produce a frequency. When
Hmm.
we talking about it, even I can't even say the word incantations, right? Even incantations, it's you that can be
incantations?
considered. Yeah, that's spoken word. Um, so even incantations, um, you can consider that a ritual, but it's the frequency of the intent. So
The intent. Yeah.
the,
Agreed.
like even when people talk about manifestation, do you know what they fail to present to people, and most people don't understand why they can't manifest because it's not only intent. Intent is telling you have to have a clear view of what you want to manifest. But the
Exactly.
secret behind manifestation is the connection to source, which is the emotion.
Hmm.
And people's thought drives emotion. People work backwards. The
Mm.
emotion supposed to
Energy
drive
is
your thought.
yeah,
Now,
emotion is energy, emotion. You're right.
So
Hmm.
now this one, most people work backwards because that's how we indoctrinated to do things backwards. We're getting to
Exactly.
live in evil, but we taught to do things backwards. So most people's thoughts provoke emotion. Our emotions are supposed to provoke our thought if we're trying to create manifest. What we feel, we need to see, then we speak.
Hmm.
Comes from the heart. Think about how the chakras work. It's the heart, then the throat. We speak it, you see it, and then the crown chakra.
So you say you're
Everything
saying to
works up.
speak your true emotion, to say it as you feel it, because that's almost impulse. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
not you have to control most people don't have control over
Right.
emotions.
Okay, there
We're
you
not
go. That's the
even
word. I didn't hear
you
that
see what
word.
I'm
You're right.
saying? Yeah, we don't control our emotions. So that's what I'm saying. We working backwards. Our thought provokes emotion when our emotion is supposed to provoke thought. We are creating
Exactly.
from the inside out. Anything that you
Hmm.
do is done in your head, is done inside first, and then you create it.
That's right.
When you writing a song, those words are in your head, and then you write it down.
Yeah, you
Now it's part
playing
of
right
a
now.
track.
Exactly.
Yo, you
You
playing
see what
word.
I'm
This is
saying?
your shit. I know you're in a
Yeah, he's
bad
putting
right
it
now. I
down.
heard you go with this
He's,
before. I know
he's putting it
he in a
down.
bad way.
He's
He's
definitely
showing
putting it
off right
down.
now. Harlem Globetrotter right now. I know where he going with this one. He good.
So, so that's the way it's supposed to work. We're supposed to generate everything from the inside and present it to the outside. What happens is we get affected from the outside, and it fucks our inside up. And now we're contaminated. So anything that comes from out of us is produced from the outside. I'm not gonna say produced, it is influenced from the outside now. So
Influence.
when you trying to manifest something, if the outside world is not cooperating with you and you influenced by it, you only can manifest things that the outside world um, desire. And that's what
But
happened.
Exactly.
well, that's
Even when
facts.
you go to work, you going to work. to make other people rich. When you rent a house, and people think like this. I was talking to people about homeowners, and they gave me all these reasons why not to own a home. But by renting, what you're doing is you're making somebody else rich. You're paying their mortgage. They get the tax breaks. You're not investing into yourself. Not when you rent. Now, if you go buy a home, yeah, you got more responsibilities. But every time you pay your monthly mortgage, you build an interest. A lot of us work backwards. Even me, I'm in a rat race. But
Nothing
this is
wrong
the way
with
we
that.
were indoctrinated and conditioned, is to allow the outside to influence the inside. So anything that we produce is now a product of our environment. Even
Right.
when we talking about this whole black game, that I heard somebody, this made me, this kind of, I don't, little things trigger me, right? I'm not gonna say no names. I was listening to this content creator, and he was telling this other dude, why do you keep talking so proper? When people talk like that and they black, where's your ebonics? You sound condescending. And I'm like,
The
why is you trying to
stereotyping.
make this brother dummy himself down?
Exactly.
And then
Stereotyping.
people agreeing with him. And I'm sitting there thinking, I wanted to comment so bad, but I'm like, what good? It's too much niggerism with the hard ER. Too much ignorance. Where you feel you have to put yourself in this box because you black. No. Black people
Mm-mm.
weren't gangsters and thugs.
No,
That
we're
was the
not. Never
Italians.
were.
That was the
Facts.
Irish. That was them. That wasn't us. When you talk about gangsters and thugs, that has nothing to do with black people. The
Nothing.
gangsters was the Italians, the thugs was the Irish. We took on that persona for what? We dummied ourselves down. So no, that's not my culture. I'm not black. I'm melanated. I am the
There
essence
you
of all.
go.
Yeah, once
That's
they
right.
catch you with that color status, that's when you put yourself in a situation. You know what I mean? Because now you to them you consider them for blind basically, like But with that, there's a lot of tricks to it. It's hard. When you have kids, you got to go to the hospital with them, and everything changes now. You know what I mean? It's like you can do what you want for yourself and be self-preserved. Now listen, I'm not, but when it comes to that, the way the world is intervening with the family now, and the way, even just the taking them to doctor visits and all that, it's a whole different approach now than what it used to be. You know what I mean? Like these people
I
want
got a
to dig into
salute.
some, they're trying to really get in their claws into even your beliefs, your political
That's
status or
right.
your
I
positioning. You know what I mean? It's
I
crazy. Why would you even worry about that from a Democrat, Republican? I need a cast.
I got a
Major
solution
facts.
for that. I got a solution. Click other. Mark other. And when they ask you, tell them I'm a divine being having a human experience. If,
Bro, you
if
just,
somebody
oh
can if
man.
somebody can be born a man and say they're a woman, I can say what the hell I am. If they can
Okay,
do it,
hold
I
on,
can
Mark.
too.
Where, hold on, bro. See, now, okay, you said this before, but I think it's my turn to say it. I absolutely believe we were separated by birth.
Mhm.
I really believe it now because I was thinking to myself, right? Because I was just letting you brothers talk. How I do with my daughters, because I have two daughters and I have a son, twin daughters and a son. I don't put too much emphasis when it comes to the race talk. Are you black? Are you Pan African? Are you indigenous? Are you an Indian? Are you this and that to the third? No, you're much greater. Here in this
Mhm.
physical plane, you live by labels and titles. But in the inside, you are much more. Keep that in mind that you are much more than what any label, title is given to you. You know what I mean? You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And you're here for a certain percentage of time, and then you're going from this dimension to the next dimension.
The next one. Let's
But
go.
all
But
these
you take
titles
you
and
take you take
labels,
this you take some
mhm,
of your tribulations, your scars, and your lessons with you. This all has a purpose, right? This all is, we building
yes,
up ourselves. We're building our
Yeah.
character up to get to the
yes,
level 10. So everything we're
that's
doing here,
right.
this experience, it has a purpose. It's not in my opinion, it's probably not as much as people wanted to think, or might not, but everything, all your ups and downs, everything is what makes it's gonna make you it's gonna put you in your where you belong. You know, like play your part, stick to your position. It's gonna put you in your place. You
Absolutely.
don't just get be born here and not know. The next place maybe you already know now and you understand where you got to start from because we didn't know where we started from. We don't know how to start when we're here. We got to learn, and everything we learn in this
Right.
fucking regurgitated shit is biased shit. It's the red or the blue, and we're not really learning, right? We don't get to learn unless till we get a certain age and we start doing our due diligence. You know, then we can start distinguishing what sounds. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. This is probably just somebody's opinion more than factual. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Well, Reddit,
You're
brother,
right.
that's what I'm saying. We sauce dropping tonight. It's gonna piss some people off, but we're gonna make some people happy too. So, we
So
go,
good,
we
make you
go.
slap your mama.
Right, I just had some of that on my chicken earlier, man. I just basted my chicken tonight. Oh yeah, I'm in slapping mama mode. I'm
You
about to
know, I
drop
got
this
this
sauce.
song. I got the Puerto Rican shit. You know, part of that. You know, I got a little adobo too. You need some adobo, my brother?
You go. But that's what makes these conversations so great. And like me, when it came to this information, like at one point, I didn't have this type of thing where I was able to study certain things and be inspired. I was pretty much captured in that comfort zone like everybody else. Coming from a Christian background or a Baptist background, and then getting into Islam, studying the five percenters and this and that to the third. It took me to hit rock bottom and to separate myself from these religious studies, by just seeing the corruption within it and how there's different groups that come together and there's a lot of conflict within that group itself based on this religion. So I got out of that realm and I started looking at the occult aspect, looking at stuff that's hidden, stuff that's not in plain sight. But now I see why a lot of this information is hidden because if the people knew what they really needed to know, half of them wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah,
So people that are under these spells, they're under these spells for a reason. So there are people that were meant to live this type of life out here being thugs and being gangsters. This is something that they were meant to do, you know, until they wake up and realize this consciousness comes to all of us in our life. Sometimes it comes once, sometimes it comes twice. But if you don't choose to take it, you'll miss it. And there's
hmm
chances of being reincarnated, repeating the same process, but coming back in a different being or a different person, like a deja vu. So that's how I believe when it comes to reincarnation. You are brought back because you didn't accomplish what you were meant to accomplish to make that transition to the next realm, you
You think
know?
plants could reincarnate? I'm just asking a question. I'm not being funny or facetious. I'm gonna be honest. Do you think
they
plants
Yes, the
could
do.
potentially?
plants, yes,
They
they
do.
do.
Some of them do. I
I'm just
mean, you
asking a
see it
question.
every
Just asking a
season.
question.
Every season
Yes.
Yeah,
you
but
see
the
it.
plant comes back as a plant, or does the plant get to come back
Tulip,
as something
plant a
else?
tulip. If you plant a tulip, it'll die and come back.
So when you
Hmm.
say and when you say reincarnation, when you mentioned in your way, you were saying in the sense that when a human passes, if he doesn't understand the studies and learn about self love, self preservation, he has to repeat
Hmm.
this with a new slate, blank memory, and the same and well, not the same. I can't say same because it's different, but he would have to do this whole cycle again.
I
Like
think
and
think about this. I don't believe. I don't look, man. When I was a kid, it's some stuff that I knew I wasn't supposed to know, and I believe this is just my
Hmm.
belief. I believe you are indoctrinated. You forget because you taught something brand new. Imagine if you allow a kid
Hmm.
to be a kid and just learn naturally, learn things that benefit them versus hinder them. A lot of things we told about our imagination. What is an imagination? Isn't that almost foresight?
Hmm.
Like you kids can imagine something and go try to build it. I can't tell you how many times I had a picture in my head and went out and started building a fort or something.
Hmm.
Didn't know how. It was just a picture. And I started building stuff. Now imagine if you can nurture that. Is that not information that's embedded coming out of DNA? But
you
we
have to
taught
let me
not to
add on,
use
son.
it. We've been indoctrinated to know 1 plus 1 is 2 instead of 3. Think about
Facts.
this. This is gonna sound crazy, right? You take 2 people and they create something. Now you have 3 people.
That
So
makes sense.
how is one if one is if the plus is an addition. If we're adding, addition, if you're adding something, how can 1 + 1 be 2? When you taking two different things and putting it together, now that's creation. Even multiplication, right? Anytime you multiply something, it's supposed to be more. So how is 1 × 1? One shouldn't be involved in multiplication. Then that contradicts the whole concept of multiplication. Anytime you use a one, it's just itself. There's
It's a
nothing
single
added.
number.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So that shouldn't even be included. So little simple tricks like that, when they teach you these different um, ideologies, even you as a kid singing "Mary Had a Little Lamb," his fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Mary was herding that lamb. Most of these people are lambs, sheep, being herded, bro.
Mhm.
White is right, black is wrong. They tell
Major
you that
facts.
name one black thing that's positive. Name one.
The sun is really black. They don't teach you that though.
No, they don't.
My
But
fault.
The
You
you
know, I had to
greatest
think,
do
thing
it.
that,
You had to do it. Sorry, my fault. My fault.
in my opinion, the greatest thing when it comes to black and darkness is life itself. Life comes from darkness.
from darkness, right? All life is created from darkness. But the way
So
we're
to say, yeah, go ahead,
associated
bro.
everything, my bad, but the way we associate everything, dark is bad, demonic, is the black hole, the
Hmm.
black plague, black people.
Hmm.
Now, when you start associating all these negative things and then you attach people to it and then you have a dark skinned people, what do you think is happening subconsciously?
Exactly. Exactly.
These are all the indoctrinations that we were taught. Black people will hate themselves after a while, after going through these systems, because they've been taught,
Major
indoctrinated.
facts. Major facts. Major facts.
Yo, word, real
All
quick,
under
because you
manipulation.
you you hit a great thing, right? You said imagination, right? And I heard this great saying, and it says, "Show me an adult with their imagination, and I'll show you a child that survived."
Mm.
Powerful.
Or that was that
That's
was the
awesome.
bar
Mm.
that hit me so hard because yo, to
That
be a
is a
big
bar.
kid, they make it's deemed bad, not so it's not normal no more. Be an adult, have responsibility, act like a man, act like a woman, so be a lady, and they don't understand that all it takes away from your creativity, your intellectual self. It takes
Mm-hmm.
well, however you truly feel, whatever it might be. But in another thing you said too, right? Because we don't understand. Like we need an example of the power of words and the power of thought. Everything that you see tangible was a thought first. It was in somebody's head before
Oh
it's in front
man,
of you.
Mm.
you brothers are cooking, man. Straight
Mm-hmm.
up, you brothers are cooking, man.
Training
Oh
wheels
man,
are
bro.
off, baby. 2022, year
You
of the
brothers are cooking,
solution. Get
man.
with it, bro. We coming with this
Man,
fire, man. I promise you, I am. I'm taking the
it's
training
like,
wheels off. I'm talking my shit. My sister said they got my back, so I'm rolling. That's all I need, man. We like the
man,
Marines
you
over here.
know,
We only need a few.
like they say, be of the world, but not of this world. Conduct yourself because you have to survive and live, but separate yourself from the world because the first thing they do is they take away your vision, they take away your imagination,
Mm-hmm.
your thought process, and they put you again in that cocoon state where you're doing a specific ritual where you're going to work, you're paying bills, you're doing this, you're doing this, and everybody's doing the same thing. We all were not designed to do the same thing. So I explained to my daughters and my son, my daughters are 13, they'll be 14 next month, and my son is 8, you know, and I tell them, whatever you're doing, keep your imagination, never lose your imagination. Do not allow the world to take away your imagination. Because once they take that away
Mm-hmm.
from you, you have nothing. You have nothing, you
It's a
know.
gift, bro. I promise
So
you,
you
imagination. Nothing. Think about this, man. When nobody, when the Wright brothers was trying to make a plane, people was laughing at 'em. Told them if man was
Mhm.
meant to fly, they needed wings. God would have gave them wings. Now we flying on commercial airlines. People got private jets. They was laughing at these people, man.
They were
The
laughing, deemed them crazy.
imagination. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The imagination got them to that point. Walt Disney, man. People was
Yeah.
laughing at him when he was drawing little mice whistling and stuff, bro. Now
Hmm.
look at Disney,
He was highly esoteric.
bro. The
Yes, he
He was
was.
into
imagination.
the occult. He was into the occult heavy.
Yes. Yes, he was. And I did a lot of studying on him as well. And it's great information. Great information. See, that's why I don't try to push the occult on anybody because some people get the wrong aspects. They get to thinking Freemasons. In my opinion, again, all these different groups at one time were meant for something, represented a symbol,
Mm-hmm.
represented something. But in the inside, you have these factions where they fight, they battle, the ego is this and that to the third. So now you have infighting amongst these different groups, whether it's Freemasons or even the tribes, certain Indian tribes or indigenous tribes, African tribes. Everything starts out as one thing, then the separation happens. Then you have these feuds, you have these conflicts, you have these misunderstandings. So when people hear certain words, they automatically assume it's something evil. It's something that you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't invest your time to and look into. Me, I'm the opposite. When they tell me not to go this way, I literally go that way. I don't trust the enemy to tell me where to go. You
That's
know?
facts. Real quick, the Visigoths could have seen the Moors as evil, as magicians and practitioners in black magic, because they didn't understand how they could be so. You know what I mean? Bringing on that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like how we would see the Dogon, not understanding the star constellation, and they don't even got houses. You know what I mean? It's like I just had to throw that in there. My fault. You sparked that thought. My fault.
But
But I
people
No,
was
got
gonna
it's good
say
cooking.
too. He who writes
Good cooking.
history wins the war. So even with your mind, right? Even with your
Hmm.
mind, when in the time that we're in, and you got to remember, we living in your life. It's an algorithm, and we subscribe to these things in life. And I'm not understanding that. You know what I mean? It can be changed. What you thought was right can be wrong eventually, right? Just by something happening across seas, you don't even know. You know what I mean? Because remember, this is a corporation, right? That's why there's a
mm-hmm.
president and and other ones that where you hear king and all that, and that's the different vibe, right? That's a different way of living, right? That's like, you feel me?
Mm.
Facts.
They ain't ready for
Strong,
that.
very
They
strong.
ain't ready for that. It's
Man, you
coming,
brothers are cooking, man. See, oh man, I love these type of
man.
conversations. I love them. I
Y'all
live
bet,
for these type of conversations.
man. Y'all better make sure y'all link
Man,
up to
it's all
Rumble
Ah,
too,
brain
cause I'm
food.
man,
going.
Brain
I'm
food,
going
man.
on.
It's what
I'm.
we
I
doing right
love
here.
it.
Word and Keith, we making that burger with the season. Now it's easy to digest. Feel me? It's marinated.
There you go, and I love it. Versus arguing, debate, arguing about shit that's good for the ego and good for the physical concept. Or we're going beyond the physical because this is
Yeah.
not forever.
Well,
It
this is
doesn't
divine.
matter.
This is like crown chakra conversation. This ain't something that just happens.
Yeah,
It's alchemy to this, and it builds up. It's like a chemistry that got to happen within the ether.
Mm,
there you go,
And
brother.
remember, the
Just
only
there
thing
you
that's
go.
connecting all of us right now, the only thing connecting all of us right now is the vibration of the voices, the
Yes,
frequencies.
mm,
So it's not even a
yes.
physical or optical thing. It's more about an audio.
mm-hmm.
Mhm. That's right.
Oh yeah, we
Stop
gonna have
playing
some
me,
fun,
word. Stop playing me, son. Stop playing me. You.
bro. I'm telling you, we gonna have so much fun, man. It's so much
Yeah,
that
I
I want to
appreciate it,
cover, so
man.
much I want to talk about, man. And I'm just happy the people over here to listen to it now, because it's so much. That's why I did this live, and this is the good part, y'all. We ain't talk about the bad, but we don't need to. We covered that in the ugly, but the good part is this right here. I love being an example. I promise you, I do. When I get an opportunity to do stuff like this, I take it. I was telling people when I first came on this app, they were saying, "Oh, we go build." First
Mhm.
opportunities, people get in an argument, they going at each other. I'm coming on the panel like, look, bro, this is a perfect opportunity to show people how people, grown adults, can come
Mhm.
to a position at least to agree to disagree. We can be
That's
an
right.
example. No, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to have, and I'm looking like, man, this ain't for me. But then I start meeting other people like, oh no, these people cool. I just want to have conversation. We ain't look. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can be corrected. I'm fine with that. I don't
There you
live.
go.
I am the ego. I broke that whole down in the video, bro. I'm the ego. You have three parts of it. Again, we're talking about this Trinity. Three parts. You have the ID, you have the ego, and you have the super ego. So when Brother Keith was talking about that angel and the devil sitting on your shoulder, what's in the middle of it? You.
You,
You
you're in the
decide.
middle.
You decide. You are in control of both of
Mhm.
them. Which one are you gonna let
That's right.
influence you? That was the whole
Exactly.
visual, symbolic message. Both of these things reside within you. Evil and um, good and evil lives inside of you. You have
That's
the
right.
potential to be either one. It's your decisions, your actions, your choices to determine which one has more influence.
That's
Which one
right.
do you listen to most? You know. So people
It's good
giving
and
this is my thing, and until we
mm,
stop doing this, and I got a little what is it thumbnail, but until we stop giving the glory to the deity for the actions and choices we make, we will never take accountability for
facts.
the atrocities that we do. We will continue to say the
Facts.
devil or this or that. We do stuff. We always say God worked through us. That's true, but it's still us doing it. So we have to take
Mm,
accountability
dog.
for the good and the bad we do. And until you can do
Mm.
that, when people do stuff, they want to blame it on the devil or a spirit or something. Like, no, bro, you did that. I understand what you're saying 100%. There is evilness on this planet. It's in people.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's in you. You have to,
Mm.
in Islam, they talk about jihad, right? When you
Jihad.
go to the Moorish Science Temple, do you know what they teach you jihad is? A spiritual conflict within yourself. You battling the good and
Mm,
evil inside you. And every day
mm,
you have to do that. Every day you
mm.
go into jihad.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So
Major
it's up
facts.
to you. Yeah, God is definitely in you. And when you take God out of you, then you got an issue. You disconnected. That's why people be doing
And
all these atrocities in the name of God. Nah, bro, you did that shit. Don't be trying to
and
blame God or the devil.
Yo, real
You
quick,
did it.
your word. Is there a right way to pray to God?
I don't believe in praying, honestly.
I'm not saying
Like
you,
I
but it's
don't,
the
I don't,
people.
I
If for
don't
the people who didn't, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Because I know you have a
prayer.
different. You into 42 laws and
Prayer
all that. So I understand that. But I'm just
is a
saying, for
two.
someone who's searching, right? Is there a certain? Do you have to pray a certain way to get the true one-on-one call with God, or is there is there like different positions like yogas and shit you got to be in?
I wouldn't say different positions. I would say different techniques. You have to ask and you have to
mm-hmm.
listen. Most people, like a lot of people who are in Christianity, they don't believe in meditation. Meditation is just the
Mm,
practice of quieting and listening. How you go ask for something if you
mm-hmm.
ain't willing to listen to get the answer?
Mhm.
There you go.
People
Meditation,
just
That's what I
go and
was
meditation is
saying.
say,
talking to God, right? Instead of asking
"Yeah,
God.
that's
That's
all
what
Praying
I
is
was
praying
asking
saying.
is."
God,
You
right?
don't ask
That's
for
what I was saying.
everything is already given. You don't ask for
Mm,
anything. Everything is already given. If you believe in the Bible, Jesus died for all our sins. So everything is promised to us already. We just have to ask for it. The problem is people get the begging. People don't even know what they're
mm,
asking for half the time. People ask for stuff that they think they need and they already got it and just don't see it.
exactly. And they're
You know?
speaking from the outside, not speaking from the inside. When you go into
Mm-hmm.
like, in my opinion, when it comes to prayer, you know, it's about meditating, and you don't have to fold your legs and do all this other stuff. That's just instructions again telling you what you shouldn't do. You should know how to speak. You speak to God or whatever deity the way you speak to yourself. This is why I also got into the talking to yourself. Look in the mirror and speak to yourself. When you speak to yourself, you're speaking to that God. You know, you're speaking to yourself. But when you meditate, you're speaking to the universe from the inside in a language that can be translated in your way. But when you speak using these words that we were, again, programmed to speak and to talk, because everything is a spell. Every
Mm-hmm.
word that we speak symbolizes something and it manifests as something. So like how word said about good and evil, it's in the world, it is, but that's perspective. Because what
The
could
Mm-hmm.
be
alchemy.
good for him could be bad for me.
Yep.
You
Make
know,
yep, make or
they
break.
say
You know, the alchemy of the word,
they
the
say
construct of the word.
right,
Oh,
like in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. But what if that killing was done based off my self defense? What if this person was trying to kill me? You know, so how can you determine what is right and wrong? Because what could
That's
be
what I
wrong
meant
to
by
one?
blanket. Like those are blanket, you know what I mean, statements that people wouldn't get. You know, there's so much variables that can go within that and still justify you not being a bad person or still being righteous. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Exactly, exactly. But people get caught under these programs and these designs. Therefore, instead of them looking in themselves to get that information, they rely on group. Now, nothing wrong with groups. Groups are very important, but it only works when it's with like-minded people. You know, people who just want to like what we're doing here. This is a unity right here that we're having. You know, right along with the community that's already inside of us, your heart, your love, your brain. That itself is a community. But how can I focus on the outside community if I don't have my inside yet? You know, so based on my occult studies and the things that I've been into, I've been more working internal and going out external. You know,
Real shit. You know, when you
you
said
brothers
that, it
are
made me
cooking,
think of
brother.
something. It just made me say because I heard the saying. I like the things for quotables. I got a thing for quotables, right? And it said,
Mhm.
"He who looks out dreams, but he who looks in awakes." That shit hit me. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hit me.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
You know,
mm.
and
It's
real quick,
called.
right? You know, it's one of the worst disease. Like, it's a disease that our people suffer from. It's worse than diabetes, cancer,
Mm,
AIDS. Respectfully, is that
mhm.
he think he better than us. Shit. You know that? It's
Yeah,
terrible, terrible, terrible. Like that right there. When misery needs company, it's hard for you to even shine, bro. You scared to even show that you did something good because you feel like, you know what I mean. People ain't gonna accept it. Right? It ain't gonna resonate, right? They're gonna be, that shit is so detrimental to our people. This nigga think he better than me. Look at her. Bitch thinks she better
mm,
than me. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's a
Those words
disease.
right there are so powerful without you even knowing when you put that to universe. You know what I mean? Even your
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
spirit, it weakens you and it leaves you confined in the square, just like the phone, the TV, the couch, the house, the mirror.
That's right.
Everything is to keep you in these
Mhm.
four corners. Whether it's 360, because it's still 90 degrees on all four corners. It's still a
There
circle.
you
You're
go.
confined, right? It's metaphysic. I'm
Mhm.
metaphorical, you know?
Hey,
Metaphorical.
wow, what up,
Right.
though? Man, this stuff falling in my house. My frequency raising. I'm moving shit off the wall.
Yo, the
But
It's
conversation is
good.
so high, you get free Wi-Fi just coming in here. You don't even got to plug. You
hey,
can turn
bro,
the shit off.
I
That shit's still gonna go.
bro, I'm telling you,
I
like
appreciate it, man. I
people
appreciate
be
it.
feeling like when people come around, they be feeling my energy. But I wanted to add
Yo,
to what you just said too, because I like when I be like my clients when I'm talking to them, right? They ask me about a vision board. And I said, well, vision boards are for dreamers. Dreamers are dream. People sleep when they dreaming. What you need to do is strategize. We go get a strategy board.
Mm,
You know,
strategy
the,
book.
you see what I'm saying? You can visualize
Mhm.
anything you want, or you can strategize a way to go get it. I don't use vision boards. I use strategy boards. So, like when
Mhm.
you were saying about, the dreamer, yeah, you can dream or you can strategize and get what you desire.
That's right.
It's the way you think. It's perception, and then your
Mhm.
perception is go determine how you attack things, how you go about
That's right.
things. You know, so you can be intentional with it, or you can dream about it. KY in the building. What up, brother?
yo,
Appreciate you.
salute to Kalani. I ain't see the brother in a minute, man. We had some great chats too
Peace and
before.
respect.
Shout it out.
Peace and
You know,
respect.
one thing, right? And it's gonna sum it all up in a nutshell. I don't want to stay too long, but it says a perfect lie will make the truth seem unbelievable. You know, and
Mm,
that's what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? We're trying to break this spell, this
Facts.
this big, you know what I mean, simulation that was
Mhm.
placed over our divine connection. You know, we've been diluted from our natural sources, our ancestors, our languages, our medicines. You know what I mean? We've been put into a place where
Mhm.
we have to adapt. We have to try and learn how to survive with measures that's not fair. Kids going through situations at ages where we didn't even have to think about that kind of stuff because we was kind of shielded. We was bliss. God protects the bliss. But now the desensitization, if I said that right, that's what's hurting our kids right now. It's
Yeah,
just
they
being
just
able to see so much so fast at a young age. It's almost like they grape in the mind, and it's bad because
they don't know how to process it.
That's
You
right.
you
exactly.
you
So
getting
it
exposed.
takes away their boundaries. Yeah, it takes away their out of bounds lines, and now you got them looking,
Even
six.
even
That
even that, bro. We about to go harder, bro. Fuck a boundary. We got standards. Look about.
Yeah.
Look,
But
it's levels
also
to
on the,
everything. It's levels to
but
everything.
also
So
absolutely. But you also understand that a lot of people we're not going to be able to save. Some people you
yeah,
can try to save them and try to direct them. Like here, this is solution based, but a lot of solutions that maybe I might put out there, Word might put out there, we all might put out different solutions that resonate, but these people still choose not to go and manifest themselves or at least take some of this information. You don't have to take everything from me. Don't follow me. I'm not your Lord and Savior or your teacher or wherever it be. I'm a student just like yours. So we're both still trying to balance. But some people you just can't help. Some people you just can't save. They have to walk their journey, walk their path. And if their path leads them to a destructive end, that was meant to be for them. You know, you can only save a hand few of people. You know,
and
yeah,
you
not
know what?
everybody's
I'm gonna
gonna
be
make
honest.
it. I was taught not
You,
everybody's gonna make it.
uh, not
you see
everybody's
what's
going to make
float.
it.
You see what's floating around. We ain't for everybody. Everybody-
Yeah,
I
no, I
ain't trying
see
to.
it, and we
Hey,
ain't,
did you?
and we
Hey,
ain't.
hold on. Let me play this video real quick, bro. It's in this video. I think I put it in here. Did I put it in here? Yeah.
Got a monster inside of me, you better watch out. If you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy. To be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets caught real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force apart it. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
And that was the mission statement, bro.
Right.
Everybody
And
can't
that's
be
dope.
saved because they don't want to, bro. They
Uh,
don't want to. So I ain't even
I ain't gonna
bothering
lie
you.
to you.
fact.
When that purge horn went off in the beginning, my nigga almost threw my phone out the window. I ain't gonna tell you. That shit was loud, son. Scared the shit out of a nigga, boy. I'm smoking, relaxed, candles lit. You do that horn on, I thought a tornado was coming, bro.
My
Yeah, you
dude,
got to get a
what's
comfort.
up,
Oh,
my
Got
guy?
to get
What's
out of
up,
that
my
comfort
guy?
zone.
Sonny Blanca, what's up?
Yo, Kalani, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Blessings, brother. Good
I'm
blessings.
truly blessed. Happy holidays to you, man. The word,
Same.
man. My guy, bro. My guy, bro. What's up, bro? And who else is on the panel with us right here?
Big
oh,
Keith.
that's
Peace and
the
respect,
brother
good brother.
Keith, man.
Hey, what's going
That's
on, good brother? How you doing? Tay East, man. I would love it if you come up here. Oh my God.
No doubt.
bro.
Peace and
We
respect, good brother. Peace and respect to you.
Hey,
hey,
respect.
Kalani Keith
No
is my
doubt.
brother. We got separated at birth, bro. I'm telling
What's up,
Yeah,
Keith?
pretty much. All good, family. How you, man? I'm
Oh
good.
man, I'm truly blessed, man. I'm out here, man, working hard and
Yes, sir.
revamping. These are my
Hmm.
guys, man. I wish
No
that
doubt.
Taste was up here. You know what I'm saying?
you.
No
Hey,
doubt.
Teo, I'm on bingo with Tay, bingo.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we be over there rocking too. Yeah, we about to build a whole network, man. We doing everything. We talking to everybody. We getting these solutions out.
Love
So
you.
I
Love
appreciate
you,
Yeah,
y'all brothers
Tates.
coming up here rocking with us.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
I
Yeah.
appreciate
You know
being
what's
up here.
crazy?
And usually
Me
I
too,
don't get on panels and talk on panels. I usually just be in the chat listening, putting up words and stuff. But ever since I got introduced to the Words channel, I've been able to just jump on this panel, have conversations, share different thoughts, learn different things from him, and I hopefully give stuff back to him to learn. And it's been nothing but positive energy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not too many people in my personal life around me that I can actually talk this information and conversation with. You know, and
I
if
think
you
that's
think
what we
about it,
were when we
Peace,
first
peace.
started out.
mhm,
Myself, the word Nate the Great. I think that's what we
Nate the Great.
wanted, man. We wanted like people that just didn't have the voiceless because we're petty. We wanted the voiceless that's petty, you know what I'm saying? To have a
Mhm.
voice. So the word created the petty gang.
Petty gang, petty fam. We
And I'm
family,
I
man.
super
rock with it.
financially petty. I'm sorry.
I rock with it.
I'm
I
cheap,
rocks with it.
financially petty.
Yeah, I turned something bad into something good. We had an incident on here, and we flipped it. Shout out to the realest one. Shout out to Juju.
Shout out to
Helped
the
me put my
realest one, my
The
guy.
realest
Day
one, big
one,
brother. Salute.
day one, real
man.
day
Realest.
one.
He added so much to my content, man. Um, a lot of the things I do over here, realest influence. So, just having
That's
good
tough,
vibes
bro.
with
Cause
people,
for real,
that's
Nate
the
the Great.
energy they give you. Like y'all feed me, man. Y'all these conversations, man. You
Mm.
don't even understand. When I get off here, I'm editing, bro. I got so much stuff in my head.
You know
Um,
what's so cool
Facts.
about you? Whether you're
Facts.
online or offline, you really care about your people and respect to you the word. Spread the
I,
word. Like,
I,
share, subscribe, my guy, please.
Yeah. Like,
Because
share,
he's
subscribe.
for
Yes.
real. You know what I'm saying? The word, man, you have been just a breath of fresh air to me
Hmm.
and my family, online and offline. You're just a great person, bro.
I
Facts.
appreciate that, bro. I really do. I appreciate and
Big
like I said,
facts.
man, these conversations right here, I always wanted to have more of them, and be an example of how to have them, and that's what we've been doing for a whole year. We ain't been beefing, we ain't been arguing. No, man, we've been dropping sauce,
Hmm.
and whoever come through get some of it. Whatever you can use, you use it, and leave the rest there. Somebody else will come through and
That's
get it.
right.
That's just how I feel.
Personally,
So
personally, I love these dialogues, man. I really do. Because like I said, I go all over YouTube and I'm in this chat room, that chat room. I hear the arguing, the debating, men and women, who versus who, and then we got the arguments of the identity crisis. And, you hear all kind. And don't get me wrong, there's information in there, but to actually be a part of something like this, where it's going beyond the basic arguments and the basic talking points, and we're going to a higher level. You know, that's what I get when I listen to the word. The brother be dropping it ever since I've been
Oh
introduced to
man,
this
he
brother.
be
Thanks to God
dropping
and
it.
Steve. Thanks to God and Steve for putting me on to the word. She put
I
me on
really
to this brother.
appreciate him. I appreciate his
I've been
mom and
rocking him.
dad. I appreciate him. I appreciate his mom and dad. I appreciate all the people that have been rocking, especially Marlene, Tates, Nate the Great.
Nate the
Love.
Great.
I mean, I just like all the people that's been rocking with this brother. But let me tell you, man. I'm on a whole, 2024 is going to just be a change, a civil war in a different way in America. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
on that train, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy
Mm-hmm.
because I'm following the money. But I think that in
Mm-hmm.
2024, we're really, really, really going to talk about that money and what it means to all ethnicities, whether it be white, black, Asian, Mexican, Jewish, German. I mean, we're going to be talking about that money next year. And I love it, bro, because I've always been financially petty in this group. And it ain't going to be no
Mm-hmm.
surprise when America is talking about the money.
So you
Real
gotta
quick,
follow the
not to
money.
cut nobody off.
Yeah.
To
Hmm.
what Keith said, right? He said, I like this. I love this spot. I love things like this, right? It's healthy for your soul, right? And then in your psyche as well. And another thing is, we know that love is the highest elevation of understanding, right? And when you in that situation or in that space within that frequency, time and space don't matter no more, right? It's only at the you dealing with that the present. You ain't about the future, the past. And until you fall out of that
Right.
frequency, those things, those situations, will strengthen your GPS for enlightenment. You know what I mean? So
Major facts.
those are the things where even just the conversation we had a couple minutes ago, time and space didn't really matter, and there was nothing else going on but the ether, the vibe, right? We say the vibe never lies. That's the frequency. That's love. No homo. My boys, no homo.
Nah,
But
don't
No,
even
that's
no.
what I'm
say
just
no
saying
Your
though.
homo. That's
question.
I'm saying
basic.
it in the sense. I'm just saying it for the young kids we hear later on. You know how they be.
Did you see
But
me?
Oh,
Hey,
gotcha.
by the
in the
way,
sense,
by the
in
way,
this,
Sonny, did you see
Oh,
me in your chat, homie? Did you see me in your
that's
chat, bro?
Frankie.
Oh,
That's
Frankie.
Frankie.
No, no, okay, Frank. Okay, I was in your
damn,
He,
chat.
Kalani, you made me feel that meant that. Damn, Kalani, that was crazy. You saluted me at somebody else. Damn.
Oh, my bad,
Shout
my
out to
bad,
the bro,
yeah,
man. Shout out to the bro,
that's
Kalani. Oh,
Frankie.
you love the finances.
my bad, my bad. I digress. My bad.
Yeah,
Oops.
but
Nah, you
what
good,
you were
bro.
saying, bro, I didn't even. I just looked up like it's 3 o'clock, man. It felt like we've been on here for
See,
15 minutes,
yeah,
man.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
It don't
real.
salute,
even
It's
man.
feel like
Word,
3:13 over
Keith,
here.
man. Yeah,
Kalani,
we've been
everybody in
rocking for
chat.
two and a
Peace and
half
blessings,
hours.
man.
Hey, salute, peace and blessings, everybody. Happy holidays to y'all. Workflow.
No doubt. Much respect, dude.
We,
Peace and respect to everybody across the board.
but we definitely. I want to link up. We definitely got to do more conversations like this. Cat Daddy coming on the show, I believe next weekend. We talking about resilience. That's gonna
That's
be a
my
dope
dude. Oh
conversation.
my God, that's
Yeah,
my
Mm,
guy right there.
yeah.
That's the sensei.
that's the sensei. He deep on a philosophical. Cause I'm gonna put up the reminder for that show. I hope y'all brothers can hit the link when Cat Daddy up here too, cause that's just I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole vibe. When me and this brother get on the panel, we just drop sauce, bro. That's my thing. I like having these conversations because it can
Yes.
bring clarity.
Mm,
It can bring
mm.
information, and it's still sharp and still. All these intellectual brothers and this is
Still
the
sharp and still.
example we need to show.
Shout
You
out
know,
to my man Realist, man. Shout out to Realist, man.
when people say what you doing for the community, this is what we doing. We being an example. We showing how
Exactly.
brothers, and Frankie, you melanated brother, you know that. But we can show how us melanated brothers can come on this panel and have these conversations, no matter what we come from, no matter where we come from. Um, And I invite any brother, any male who can come up here, show the decorum, show the respect, and build on conversation. You more than welcome. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? I'm like I said,
Major
I'm a
facts.
divine being having a human experience, but I am an
Hey,
Exactly.
active
excuse me, could you
speak
repeat
about
that one
black
more
life,
time in slow motion for the people in the back? I'm a divine being.
having a
Hmm.
human experience. A
Hey,
Hmm.
divine
hey,
being
son,
having
hey,
a
hey,
human
Frankie,
experience.
man, I'm a sub, man. I'm sub to you,
Yeah, I'm
man,
sub
and
too.
I love you,
Sub it
man,
up.
and I'm sorry, bro. Like, I hope you
No,
come back on the panel eventually. You know, it is what it is. Hey, bro, I'm sub to you, new sub.
yeah, we about to end this one, but I just want to get that shout out to Cat Daddy, and that show will be on resilience. We bringing the tools you can use in real life. What are we doing? This is what we do. We bringing solutions. We bringing information. We bringing knowledge, and
Hmm.
hopefully you can practice it and turn that into wisdom. We got the keys,
No
so
doubt. No
it's up to
doubt.
you if you start the car up or not. That's how I look at it.
That's right.
So,
Word,
y'all
like I
brothers,
said, good brother. I appreciate you, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't hit panels or like that and talk. You know what I mean? I don't throw my
Right
voice
on,
out to just anywhere.
right
So for
on.
you to hold a situation like this where we can actually build and we can dialogue without all the ego going and arguing and debating and turn everything into a circus performance, you're actually holding a council here
yeah.
where wise men and wise brothers who are seeking information, providing information,
Mm.
you know what I mean, that can come together and manifest and create something that goes beyond physical. We all can work a job and make money. We can build cars. We can do these physical things. Not too many of us are tapped on our double side, which is our shadow side. You're encouraged to do the shadow work to know
Did
yourself
you say the
from both
shadow side? I
sides.
like that.
You do your shadow work. Yeah, you understand your highs and your lows. You know what I mean? And people
Well
don't do
said.
that. That's why
Well
people live
said.
double lives. They don't be who they are. They pretend to be somebody else instead of being who you are. So you do your inside work, which is your shadow work, because inside of you is darkness. So you look
Mm.
inside of that darkness within yourself to manifest. Everything grows in the dark. Plants, seeds, everything grows from the dark, from the inside out. You're the same way. But I can't
Mm.
talk like this
Hey,
anywhere else. I can't talk
Hey,
like
you doing good,
this.
man. I love
hey,
it.
Keith,
I
we got
love
a
it.
link. We definitely got a link up. I don't know
Yeah,
if you got.
man.
Do we got IG? Do I got you on IG already? You just,
No,
you
I don't
just,
have a. I'm
bro.
just
You
on
just,
YouTube for
Shout
now.
out to Reese. Shout out to you, Blanco. Shout
bro.
out,
You gonna have to
my
get in the
guy.
Discord or something because you just
Shout out,
said
my guy.
something
You
and I'm
already
not
know,
saying it
man.
because I do
You
not want
know the
nobody to take
vibes.
it, bro. I'm telling you, I got some fire, bro. And when I do stuff like this, I'll always pay homage, bro. That's
Oh,
one
you
thing
got
I
some fire.
always
Oh,
do.
you got some fire. Oh, you got
Now
some
he don't know
Hey,
fire.
what he just did. I got a
I'm the,
whole series now
because
that
I'm an
uh
observer, my good brothers. I'm an observer. I do more listening than I do talking. You know what I mean? Now here, obviously, I'm doing a lot of talking. Even then, I'm still listening. But when I'm everywhere else, I'd rather be quiet and just listen. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm trying to regurgitate, it's that I'm translating and decoding what's being said to me, taking what's necessary and throwing away what is not necessary. And I do this a lot on YouTube, a lot.
I gotta
But I'm going to
interject.
extend
I
myself
gotta
for one more.
interject
mine.
real quick. I gotta interject real
Mhm.
quick. Hey,
Sure.
are you looking at the chat? Hey,
That's
Tay.
my ninja, man. Hey,
She
these
say
my
realist
people,
going to
man.
be. I shout out to realist and Tay. Y'all crazy.
Hey, y'all don't
Y'all going
understand.
at
Real is the
it.
CEO over here, bro. Real is the CEO of
Love
content
you,
over here,
realist.
bro.
Love you, Tay. Y'all crazy.
And Tay and antisocial, man. I'm telling you, them my sisters, man. That's part of the
Yeah,
9%.
antisocial.
Look, yeah, we got a circle, man. We really building
Yeah,
it on
and
here
y'all
off
been
here.
doing this for real. Y'all, yeah, hey, for
Hmm.
real.
We
You've
we
been
got
doing
a
this for real.
we got a movement going in 2024 so far. My two
Hmm.
sisters said, "Hey, they got my
Hey,
back. We the
man,
solution. That's
Tay
what
been
we
day
doing."
one.
Keith,
Tay
I
been
want to
day one.
indoctrinate. Keith, I want
And
to
I definitely look
indoctrinate you
forward.
in that. I
I
want to
definitely look forward
indoctrinate
to
the.
rocking with antisocial. I definitely look forward to rocking with
Hey,
her
shout
because
out
that
to
name alone,
Antisocial. Shout
that
out to
name alone
Antisocial.
is what caught me because when you look at it, I am antisocial. You know what I mean? But when
Yeah.
I'm somewhere else and I'm amongst the people that are like-minded, that's when I become a chatterbox, like I am now. But on the outside, when I'm dealing with what's around me,
What's a
I'm antisocial.
chatterbox? What's a chatterbox?
Pretty much another form of just somebody who just constantly has to talk and has to put their thoughts out there. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Because you're I'm that comfortable that I can explain and talk without feeling like I have to hold back or censor myself or have a filter to where I shouldn't say that, I shouldn't say this. But I wouldn't say anything without having a serious thought process first. Instead of just
Amen.
regurgitating anything that sounds good, you have your quick thoughts. That way you can throw the words out there and you can break them down. You know,
Amen. 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 I feel you.
and I
So
can only do that here. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
and, hey, this the platform for it, bro. This the platform for you until you get your page started. Feel free to come over here and drop sauce everywhere. And when you get
Appreciate
yours started,
it.
we gonna come over there and do the same, bro. We content pimping,
Appreciate
man.
it, man.
We go get the people the information if they want it or if they don't, they ain't gonna be able to
That's
help
right.
it. It's gonna be there. And like I said, I'm gonna get a little louder. I'm not gonna debate nobody because I'm a student of John Henry Clark. You gotta have that
There you
info. You gotta
see.
be able to come. But we can have
There you
discussions all
go.
day. I'm gonna be a man about it. And hey, look, I'm just being real. I'm built different. I'm not assimilating to anything. I'm more of a Sigma
Mhm.
than an Alpha. You know what I'm
Hey, you
saying?
There
said,
you
first
go.
of all
There you
those
go.
words, right? Well, I'm not assimilating to anybody. I'm more of a Sigma. What did you
Mm,
say? I'm more of an alpha than a Sigma. Man, do you
No.
know that so many people do not understand what you just said?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
break down Sigma male. I'm gonna break the Sigma down. I'm gonna show you how different. I got some stuff coming, bro. I'm gonna be
What's
a
up,
little
Nate?
louder.
Nate the Great, my guy, man. Salute to you. Hey, the trifecta is in the building. The trifecta is in the building. The word, Nate the Great, Kalani Management. We're here. Salute.
you know,
So before I end the
much
show,
respect
fellas,
due.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all want to leave the people with something, man?
Don't go taking wooden nickels.
That's a good one. I'll just pretty much say, don't be afraid of the word research. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Do your research, take your time and learn. Everything isn't done all at once. You can take your time and just build off of the information and only work with what you've been given and use the best of it. You don't have to take everything like a buffet. You don't have to go up to the buffet and carry like 4 or 5 plates and try to put everything in on the menu up there and then sit down and you're dropping food as you're going to your table. Take one plate at a time, eat what you can, and then go up for seconds. Don't be afraid to come back and ask for more information. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
And this what I'm gonna leave people with. I gave the ugly, and we just showed the good. Um, it's a possibility to come on here and build with people, have great conversation, get into dialogue that's beneficial, and it can be prosperous for people. It can be done, and if that's what you want, we the solution. That's the movement going into 2024. I've been the example, and I'm gonna keep.
2024, man, the trifecta, man. Mess with it, man. The word, Nate the Great, Kalani Management, man, latch on, man. You might learn something.
I'm
2024, put those
I'm
numbers
bu-
together, you get eight, the divine number of eight.
mm,
That right there tells you in itself.
and me and Tay will do a build on that too. We probably will do
There
it
you
Shout
after the
out
go.
to
New
Tay
Year.
East. I love,
Yeah.
man, she's just so cool. I think Tay East
Salute
is
the
going to help
Tays.
me find my wife.
But
Find your
yeah,
wife shit. I might need help in
Tay
that
East
area
going to help me
too.
find my wife because
Word.
she'd be like, I can't believe Kalani Management, you're single. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, oh, I've been through a
Ain't the
lot.
only one, bro.
I've been through a
You ain't
lot.
the only one, bro. You ain't the only one, brother. I feel you on that
Tay East be like, but
one.
there's somebody out there for you. And I'll be like, there ain't nobody out there for me. And she'd be like, yes, there is. And I'll be like, no, there isn't. And she's like, yes, there
Wow.
is. You just got to keep on pushing. And I'm like, nah, Tay, nah. And she'd be like, yes,
That's funny.
yes.
That's funny because I think the same way. Ain't that crazy? I think that way too. It's like, nah, I mean, it's but see, that's where you have to challenge yourself and you have to think different, especially coming into a new year. You know what I mean? Because I think the same thing. Oh, these females. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it's a new year coming in. You know what I mean? So you have to change. You have to die and be reborn again. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You have to let your old habits die and you have to rebirth new ideas. So 2024, who knows, good brother? We, myself, yourself, we might find our better halves.
That ain't,
Maybe it's a
that
possibility.
ain't gonna happen. That for
Well,
me.
from a
nah,
physical
Nate.
talking standpoint, we believe that, but spiritually, you never
You
know.
said you
You
sound
know what
like
I'm
Tay
saying?
East. Tay East say the same thing to me, like, oh, Seven,
Man,
you tripping.
y'all ain't even let me do my conclusion. Between y'all in the chat, I can't even do my final thought. Nate talking about I'm coming in the New Year pregnant. I'm done. Look, this is what I was trying. This, I can't. You see how they do me? I can't even get my final thought.
Oh,
I'm trying
okay,
to
go
be
ahead,
like
great
Jerry
brother. I
Springer.
apologize.
I'm trying to be. You know, how at the end of Jerry Springer, he had his final thought. I'm trying to be like Jerry, and y'all talking about y'all pregnant in the thing. Kalani talking about Tay eats feet. I don't know what just happened. Realist in the chat talking about draws and cocktails. I can't even do my. This is why this is why I hit live though, man. This is the vibe, man. But like I said,
We
man, I've been
appreciate
the
you, good brother.
example. I'm gonna keep being the example. I'm gonna get louder and I'm gonna get more vicious with the information. You know, the training wheels coming off. So if y'all know people who tired of all that beef, if they want some substance, if they want to get something out of what they spending their time into, tell them to come holler at your boy, because we about to get
No
into this
doubt.
information. You know, and it's go
No
piss some
doubt.
people off. And look, I can't apologize. I can't apologize for facts and truth. And that's all I'm dealing with.
Hmm.
I don't got time to believe in nothing that I can know. And if I can know it, I'm gonna
Hmm.
go get it. And that's what I've been doing half of my life. The back end of my life, I've been going to get it, and now I'm sharing it. So I know we ain't for everybody. I already know that. And like I said, yeah, it might piss some shoes, but just get out my way.
Virtual baby, what's up,
Hmm.
virtual?
Unapologetic.
Miss
Unapologetic.
Miss V,
Hmm.
what up
What's
though?
up,
That's
Diddy?
another sister. Hey, look, that's
Fam,
Peace and respect.
Voltron right there. That's
Petty
Voltron, man. Y'all
fam.
make sure y'all go link up with Miss V, because
Ain't it
especially
great?
if you look, man, if y'all monetize, y'all need to go link up with Miss V because she dropping some sauce. Now if you monetize, you can give memberships. But if you need to know how to do it, go link up with Miss V because she got videos telling you how to do it. You can gift
Diddy, diddy,
memberships
diddy.
now. You know, I forget how many. I forget how many a month you can gift, but you'll be able to gift free memberships every month. And that way, you can, if you're putting out the good content, you can entice people to pay for it after that, that month. So,
I
and
really
she
want.
got different, um, she implementing different challenges. And to be honest
Mm-hmm,
with you, you look at Lisa J. Stock. Shout out to the sis.
mm-hmm,
She blew up off of one of Miss V challenges.
mm-hmm,
Just participating in
mm-hmm,
it.
Mm.
I
mm-hmm.
blew up. If it wasn't for Miss V, I wouldn't be doing
Word.
shorts. That's
Shout
how my
out.
my subscriber count grew. It's through
I
the
want to
shorts.
say I want to say the same thing to Miss Diddy, man. Like shout out to you, Diddy, man. You always doing your thing. You support all the content creators
Oh
that you
yeah,
like, even me
Mm.
at the lowest level, you know what I'm saying? Whether I have a big channel or a small one, you have always been 1,000 Diddy. Um, on every level. And I just appreciate you, man. Tay Eats. I mean, One Love, obviously Nate the Great, The Word, man, Antisocial, man. You guys have been solid, man. The realest one, I can't say enough about you, bro. You 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, appreciate you guys.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Man, viral, psh, make it go viral. Man, come on.
look, I'm telling y'all, 2024 is the year of the solution. The promo coming up, we putting the work in, we getting it in. So, like I said, if you tired of all that other stuff and you really looking for solutions, you looking for answers, you looking just for good vibes. We got it all over here. We are the solution. We gonna show y'all.
Facts.
Um, I'm
Facts.
not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be about it. Like I said, I've
Mm.
been doing this for a year now. I done learned a lot. Um, and I'm about to share some of the information I learned. We got other people who know way more than me within the circle. Y'all need to link up with Ms. V, Tay. We got financial information coming. There's a lot of stuff coming through. So make sure y'all tuned in. Y'all know I still do the artwork. I ain't gonna say the artwork, but I do the visuals too. I'm learning more. We growing more. So everything about to turn up. We putting the energy into it to get the products out of it. Just like the video said, you want better, you got to do better, and then you get better, and
Mm.
that's just what it is. Um,
Facts.
that's how it's been my whole life. So that's what we doing. But y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are the conversations right here that build nations. And if we said
Mm.
anything that resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody to tell somebody, help me spread the word. But that's all I got. Shout out to the rap.
Mm.
Shout out to everybody, man. All the support. Hey, you know what? I gotta hit this button because I got a couple cash out the last live and I didn't even know until I got off. Shout out to everybody who supports the channel because you do help me grow. Um, it's it. I don't never ask nobody for money because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm okay. I'm good. But when you do donate, it do goes towards the channel and it helps out a lot. I don't have to come out my pocket. I do put in work. I ain't one of these people who just hit live and start talking about people mamas and stuff. I'm actually bringing information. So I
Amen.
appreciate all the donations, all the support. Even if you don't donate, just coming in the chat, spending time hitting that like, putting me on your community wall. That's just as good as the donation because
You
you
see
exposing me to other
antisocial?
people.
Did you see antisocial the word? She said, love it here. That's what you want as a content creator.
Oh,
That's
that's
what
what's
you
Right.
up.
want.
Well, let me respect those who did donate. I do appreciate y'all.
This let's make this money.
Oh, Nate, yeah, she coming.
That Jim Carrey, I swear, that mask kills me every time I see it. Oh
hey,
man.
hey, Nate, Mama word to be on next week, bro. Yeah, Mama will be on here next week. I appreciate that, bro. She'll definitely be on here next week, and we gonna talk about. Me and my mom got a good subject coming up. We gonna
Shout
talk
out to
about
Miss Diva.
how even when you become an adult, your parents are still your parents. I think that's gonna be a deep conversation because me and her
Mm,
dynamics, me and my mom got a very unique dynamic. You know, she was young when she had me. She was 16, so we grew up together. But I know that's my mother. I know that will always be my mother. She will always get that respect, no matter how old I get. And that's something that was taught to me from a young age because she was that way with her mother. You know, so it's learned behavior. And I think that's
yeah,
important. These are some of the things that people should take in consideration, because our youth, my son will watch how I interacted with my mother, and he would
that's
eventually
right.
interact like that with me. So just because you're an adult don't mean your parents ain't your parents. So we're gonna have a good conversation on that. Um, like I
That's
said, we
right.
got a lot of dope stuff coming through. Stuff that matter. We got substance over here. So
And
yeah,
much
we're gonna have
much
fun.
respect. Much,
Oh,
I was just gonna say much respect to the people who still have their moms and their dads in their life and they honor them. Some people like myself, I don't need either or. You know what I mean? So when I hear people have good relationships with their mothers and their fathers, that's inspiring to brothers like myself who've lost my father and my mother. You know what I mean? So that's what
Condolences.
I wanted to throw out
condolences,
there.
bro. Yeah,
Condolences.
condolences, bro. And see, I don't take it for granted, and I
Appreciate it.
know,
Condolences, my
um,
man. Peace and blessings to you, man. Just like Nate the Great is
Appreciate
saying
it.
right here, man. He says, everyone who got their parents, give them all the love and respect while they're here because you got to be grateful, man.
Absolutely.
and I know
Absolutely.
dynamics are different for everyone, and I know everyone doesn't have the type of mother I have. So I'm that makes me even more grateful, you know. So even
Mhm.
from the perspective I'm talking about is more of a teaching, you know, how things should be or could
That's
be.
right.
So you know, you have to, like, I know my wife lost both her parents in the last 3 years, so um
Sorry
just
to hear
watching
that,
her,
man.
it
Sorry to hear
appreciate
that.
it. And so, like, I haven't personally experienced it, but just, you know, I'm going through it with her, seeing the pain, the anger, you know, I couldn't even imagine it. So
Our
that even makes me
condolences.
more grateful, you know, and don't take it for granted, you know.
No, you
We
don't.
all here for a limited amount of time. It's about
That's
what we
right.
do between that dash, you know, in that dash. You got the birth and the death, but what are you doing in between it? And I'm gonna be an example, you know. So
That's
that's
right.
what we're doing over here. 2024 is our year of the
It's
solution.
coming. It's coming, man.
That's right.
It's coming.
2024, man.
Facts.
Let
I'm
me get my
ready. I'm ready.
butt off here so I can
Yes.
work on some stuff. Anti,
Me
I'm
too.
probably gonna hit you up tomorrow, so I gotta get a voiceover from Anti. But yeah, we doing the thing over here, man. So y'all make sure y'all tell somebody to tell somebody. Y'all help me spread the
No
word.
doubt.
Let me get.
Spread
I'm
the
definitely spreading
word,
the word.
baby.
Definitely spreading the
Spread the
word.
word.
Definitely got to get
Hey,
that going.
hey, Nate the Great, man. Spread the word, man. The word, Kalani Management, the trifecta. Man, we here,
Mm,
man. We ain't going nowhere, bruh.
That's what it is. But we out,
much
fellas. I
respect, dude.
appreciate y'all. Shout out to Frankie
No
Blanco.
doubt.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
my brother
Frankie
P.
Blanco.
Shout out to Kalani
Salute, salute,
Management.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all brothers,
Thank
man.
you,
salute.
bro.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
helping me be an
No doubt.
example because without y'all, I couldn't show it. You know, it takes other. I can't, say this is how brothers should be able to come up and conversate without y'all coming up conversating with me. So I greatly appreciate that. I can't be an example without participants. So
That's
having
right. I
great
mean,
brothers like y'all showing the
You're a
quorum,
great guy,
everything that I
Word.
represent, man.
yeah,
I
You're a
like I
appreciate
said,
great
that.
I
That's
guy,
the
appreciate
word.
Word.
being here.
You are a
You're
great
definitely
guy,
a great guy.
man. You
Definitely a
are a
good brother.
great guy, man, and you deserve
Mm,
everything that's coming to you. And shout out to the Rumble folks that support you as well. I'm one of them. Shout out to
mm.
all the Rumble people, man, that's loving the word, man. Shout out to Nate.
Shout out to Rumble. Shout out.
No, I'm definitely glad to be a part of this here. I definitely appreciate being a part of this. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. But peace and respect, everybody. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, for sure. I don't know what happened. I was saying shout out and everything just dropped.
And it
It's
just
all
dropped
good,
on
man.
you.
I'm gonna
It's all
drop down.
good.
I'm gonna drop down too as well. But thank you for having me.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Yes.
Appreciate
I
you.
definitely appreciate it. If you ever need me, the word, just give me a holler, man. Love you, bro. God bless you and your
Man.
family. Shout out to Miss Diva. Shout out to Dad. Shout out to the wifey. Shout out to the kids. Shout out to my man Nate the Great. Man, the trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tay Eats. Shout out to Frankie Blanco, man. Shout out to the realest one. I mean, you know what it is,
Salute.
man. And there's so many more that I could say. But hey, man,
No,
peace and blessings, man.
Peace and blessings, bro.
no. Much respect, dude. Word. Thank you for giving me a place to put my voice, my great brother. And I'm gonna
Oh,
drop
for
down.
sure. Anytime, bro.
Salute.
Anytime, bro.
No doubt.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was dope. That was so dope. I appreciate y'all brothers for coming up. Um, that's how I want this to go. So everyone has a voice, man. Don't ever be afraid to hit the link. Don't ever be afraid to express yourself. We had conversations. We got decorum over here. We can agree to disagree. People can put a plate of food down. If people eat it, they eat it. If they don't, they don't. That's cool. You know, uh, variety is beautiful here. Different people coming from different places with different perspectives. That's how you learn and grow. You think life is just the way you see it, then I apologize, but you're going to be solely disappointed because it's not. Life can be viewed for many different lenses, and it should be. When you confine yourself in the way you think to one ideology, um, you better know what it is. It better be your own. I'll tell you that from experience. But that's all I got. Y'all know what I always say, care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, brother. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Help me spread the word. Make sure y'all hit that like on the way out. I greatly appreciate it. Help your boy get into the algorithm. We doing big things. So shout out to everyone, man. Appreciate y'all. And I thought I had it ready, but I didn't.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like shit ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't wanna